story. This isn't a time of peace. It's against the principalities and the powers that are puppeteering the people. And we are in a position to see souls set free. This has been the ancient war cry throughout all the generations of the Hebrew nation. Rock!
iPhones as cameras now, so you can put like one of those long lenses on it, and you can take it and then you zoom it all the way in.
Yeah.
They're wild.
Yeah. Well, the Pro Max, the 17 or whatever, it's got one you can probably see from here down to the Sonic. Ordering. Yeah.
Oh,
So I think
That's crazy. You just got to be able to hold it still enough.
Yeah, you can't. Because when we were in, where was we just at? Cleveland, Ohio. We went up.
We are recording, by the way.
We were way away from the city's skyline, and the water was real rough, and there's a bunch of ducks, mallards and stuff, and they were pitching in there, and I had to set it on the rail to get it to where, and I zoomed in, I was like, and then you can see the Cleveland skyline, and then I recorded just a little bit for her B-roll or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little fancy for us.
We are the B-roll.
Yeah.
So, I think everything, I don't know. This is new. We got a new recording and editing.
It's updated software.
Yeah.
There you go.
New version.
New version. Took me 15 minutes to figure some stuff out. But anyways.
Technology.
Yep. We're back 2 weeks out, right? Something like that.
From the last one?
Yeah. That actually posted.
Okay.
Caleb's episode.
Yeah, that was a good.
So welcome back. We haven't left. These boys won't let me sell the equipment off.
It ain't showing up in the pawn shop.
Yeah. Come up here one day, it'll all be gone.
Yeah.
JP will be having new fishing rods.
No, I got a duck line I got to pay for.
No.
He'll be like, what happened?
He'd be like, I guess we're going to have to do it on.
Somebody robbed us.
We'll have to do it on phone from now on.
Y'all just don't check Facebook market.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Place in it.
Better use an alias, bro.
Yeah. Elrod. I'm just joking. So we told you we was going to have a guest. We're going to introduce him here in a minute, but the super fan is here in person, so y'all know that we weren't lying. He's not a paid actor. This is Russell Schwan. We'll get to know him a little bit better here in a minute. So
celebrity in our midst that we didn't even have to pay to get here.
I'll tell you, so lucky.
No,
Yeah,
well, y'all don't know what I had to broker, what deal I had to broker with this man. So,
I didn't see the contract.
yeah,
No.
There's a whole lot of riders in there.
Yeah. Small print.
Yeah.
So, y'all had anything exciting happen in the last couple of weeks besides the 4th of July? This joker shot off a small fortune at the river.
I've heard.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. So that we went up there and it's the 4th of July has always been a big thing for me growing up. Like my mom and dad they always had a 4th of July thing at their house, and it was all day long. Volleyball, washer pitching. Y'all know washer pitching.
Yeah.
So that was always the highlight.
Yep.
And so of course nowadays you buy like a board and it's, but no, we took PVC pipe, we dug holes in the ground, took a hoe and cleared out all the grass, had it the proper length. We had the washers ready to go. I mean, it was big time now.
Then
That
it was
was,
on.
Look at you.
So it's just kind of carrying on that tradition. But anyway, so we brought fireworks. Other people brought fireworks. It ended up being,
Y'all had your own show up.
I mean, it turned into I almost got tired of shooting fireworks. Like my ears were ringing. Everybody likes those big artillery shells.
Yeah.
Boom, the big mortars,
Oh.
Those things. You shoot off about a dozen of those.
Yeah. You better have ear protection.
Yeah, you do. But it was fun. That was a big time. So weather was perfect.
Ain't nothing wrong with being patriotic.
No. There's
America.
There's some guys I watch. They're from Europe. They make their own artillery shells. Well, like legally, you can only sell up to 1 3/4 shell. These guys make like 24-inch shells. Like you have to pick them up.
These are fireworks.
Yeah, they have a rope for a fuse,
Yeah.
and so they have like this big PVC or iron pipe that they stick in the ground, or they have a heavy metal
I would
plate.
think it'd have to be metal.
Yeah, so they rope it down in there and they light it. Well, I mean, the fuse probably takes a good 2 minutes, so they take off running, and like
Crowd shake.
I guarantee.
well, I
it.
mean, it sounds like a cannon going, and it'll shoot. I don't know, 300-400 foot in the air, and it'll blow up. But it looks like it covers the entire sky.
That's awesome.
But it always has like extra effects afterwards and stuff. And I'm like, that's what I want to do. I hate shooting the little ones off.
So legally well, you probably know this. You're always
fire marshal.
you're
over here.
checking them, but
Yeah,
legally
fire
they can
marshal.
only do 500 grams. 500 grams.
Something like
They said above that
You have to have a license.
like a demolition license or
Mhm.
something.
And
you
then
have to
you
have a pyrotechnic license.
you can
Yeah.
you have to be the only one to shoot, or not only one, but you have to be there. You have to be the one firing them off.
Once you get above Class C consumer grade, now the fire marshal here probably knows all that, but
I don't know nothing, man.
you got to have pyrotechnic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about that, but I was like, I don't know how much that license is, nor do I know how much the powder and all the other magnesium and phosphate and everything else costs. So I was like, yeah.
I can tell you,
You
fireworks
want
this year
ATF showing up to your doorstep.
fireworks this year were a lot higher than last year.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
that.
That's all them.
I couldn't afford anything more than the 500 gram.
Yeah.
But you can pick them up. By the way, if you want to know how good they are, you're trying to decide between this one and this one. Pick them up, and the heavier one's going to be the better one.
Mm-hmm.
So
there used to be one called Excalibur, and it was the tube, and it had all the shells in it, but it was $100 back then.
Yeah,
I can't imagine what it is now.
Oh, it was stupid. Some stupid money.
I don't even think they sell the Excalibur anymore. I don't shoot fireworks. I just inspect the fireworks stands. That's all I do.
I bet you had fun this July then.
He's the party pooper.
How am I the party pooper?
I don't shoot fireworks. I just inspect them.
I can't stand spending the money on them.
So no. So he told me about I listen. I pay attention to you. So you said that a fireworks stand has to have 3 exits.
3 exits.
See, I remember that. I remember you telling me that. And I was like, that is the most bizarre thing for something that's out in the middle of
open.
So I paid attention, and the fireworks stand I went to had 3 exits.
Was it here in this county?
No, it was in Savannah.
Okay, well, that's not my county.
Well, but I'm
glad
just
they
saying
did.
But they're following it.
They're following the route.
Yeah.
Also got to have fire extinguishers.
They had. Well, so here was
Were
the
the exits
workaround.
illuminated?
No.
No. They're not in compliance.
And this might not. I'm not gonna get them in trouble, but
You just did.
huh?
No.
So,
Go ahead.
so if they have a rope over what's clearly an exit,
yeah, that's not an exit.
it's not an exit.
No.
Okay. Well, they had 3 spots, and then they had. So maybe when they know the fire marshal's coming,
No. So I'll tell you what
the rope
happened.
down.
I give you the skinny on it. When we show up, there's 3 exits, right? Because they know I'm looking for 3 exits.
Yeah.
There was one that I went to. He had 3 exits. I went back. He had 2 exits.
Yeah.
What'd you go back for?
Probably buy fireworks.
Got to do a follow up or whatever. No.
Oh.
Actually, I was impressed with this young man. And so he's young. He's Allison's age.
Wow.
Very impressed. He and I talked for an hour about Christ and everything. Well, he's doing it for money. He's a college student.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if I'm fixing to admit to something I'm not supposed to, but I went by and got some donuts and carried it to him just out of love. And when I went in there, I noticed he passed the inspection the first time. And then when I went in there, but I mean, what can I say? I already turned the report in.
I'm gonna say, hey, 1 donut down.
Yeah, right.
So I just took him some donuts.
Yeah.
And noticed that.
And gave him a look.
I said, hey man, wasn't that an exit? He said, oh yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. It still had the sign, but it had 2 little ribbons running. I was like, yeah, that doesn't work. Anyway,
But here's the donuts anyway.
Always liked, hey, where'd your fire extinguisher? So they're over here under and still in the box. Well, they ain't no good in the box.
I'm pretty sure you have to have a 24-hour watch too, don't you?
Yeah, they have to say that.
Yeah. So I worked at a fireworks stand one year when I was a teenager.
The Pirtles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Boom City.
yeah,
That's
I
where you
wasn't
got-
gonna call them out.
That's all right.
They might not want to admit they hired me for at one point, but I'd worked there, and I remember like they had to have trailers because where they used to be at, it wasn't where they are now, and so they had to have trailers that they stayed in. Somebody always had to stay there every night.
They stay at that building that they're in now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So anyway,
here's the thing. I mean, I've got one in Haywood County. They made them put a third exit in there, and right after that, it was a building that these guys built in their yard. Right after that, someone kicked in the side door and stole $8,000 worth of fireworks out of it.
jeez.
After they did the exits.
Yeah, I didn't make them do this for my time.
Oh yeah. Ring a bell, Russell.
I had Haywood County back in the day, but I don't think I remember doing that.
No, it wasn't you. I know who it was. I'm not mentioning his name. So,
Anyway,
no, I hadn't had a lot of excitement. Just work. Allison, our youngest, turned 20 yesterday, so we had a little, like I grilled steaks and hot dogs and stuff. And
steak to a hot dog.
Hot dog.
well, the reason why we had the hot dogs, if you let me,
Oh,
finish,
that's right. I remember now. Go ahead.
is
like something.
so we had one of Nathan's boys with us last night. We're going to try to we're trying this out. We're going to get one at a time. Because I remember I come from a big family, and anybody you wanted to spend time with, you always had to share it with everybody, right?
Yeah.
And so they like spending time with Uncle P and Aunt Amanda. So we got Gabriel last night. I didn't sleep at all because he sleeps not long ways, but sideways.
Diagonal.
Like he cuddled with Amanda, but kicked me all night. Anyways, we had him last night. He ate a little bit of steak, but hot dogs is his thing.
Oh, okay.
So we did that. Not a lot. We had Yelp. Yelp was pretty good. You were out of town for that.
Yeah, I missed it. That's the first one I've missed in years.
Yeah, I missed Wednesday night. You missed Monday night, right? Monday or Tuesday.
I missed
night.
Monday and I think Wednesday.
Okay. It was good though. I wasn't trying to call
I was supposed
you
to
out.
mow. I was supposed to mow. I got home. I literally got home. I tried to call JP. That was Tuesday. That was Tuesday.
Yeah, I was.
Because it was sunny when I left work. It was sunny when I got to town. I could see clouds. By the time I got from middle of town to my house, it went from cloudy to pouring his butt off.
I think I was mowing Wednesday, wasn't I?
Yeah. No, maybe that's when I tried to call you. That's when I tried to call you. Is Wednesday. That's when it was.
Yeah, I was mowing then.
And you said, well, I was trying to mow, but it started raining.
Oh, a storm blew up on me, dude.
Yeah.
So it's windy, lightning popping everywhere, but no rain.
Yep.
So guess what I'm still doing?
Mowing.
I'm still mowing. Because it takes me 3 hours, man.
On that hill.
It takes me 3 hours to mow. And then the whole time I was like, Lord, your scripture says, whatever we ask, I'm doing all this. Please don't let it rain. And God's got a sense of humor, so he let the bottom fall out when I was way back in the back.
Oh.
Like I had drove from the house out one strip and turned around and come back.
Well,
the
furthest.
When I turned around, the bottom fell down. So I wasn't trying to call you. I was saying it was good.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Anyways, we got this week the Guatemala. I'm wearing the T-shirt.
Yep.
Christy was selling them.
Didn't they leave?
They left. Yeah, 1 o'clock this morning.
This morning.
Some of the mission team members were selling T-shirts.
Yeah.
To help pay for the luggage. So I'm wearing this in support of them. That's about it for me. What about you?
I was going to say, if his shirt was orange, that would have been really nice with them
checkerboard.
checkerboard. Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't,
Next
because
time you had to-
JP Lucius, I'll buy one in his size and give it. Like, I'll support the team, but I'm not going to wear it.
Oh,
It's a good looking shirt. Yeah.
Anyway,
You got anything new in your life?
yeah, I hear you. He likes to pick.
Oh, wait a minute. We got to talk about something shiny and new in my life. You got anything shiny and new in your life?
Well, we bought Taylor a new Monride. We bought an Expedition Max.
Oh.
We finally, after talking about it for about 1.5 2 years, we finally bought one. So she got her a new ride, and now mine's messing up.
Hold on. He said mom ride.
Yeah.
That ain't a mom ride.
What do you call it?
Outside a
seen it one-
minivan.
I've seen it one time, and you know who I saw driving it?
Stand.
All right.
Dad.
But first of all, I I tried my best to get her to buy a minivan because I was like, they're not too badly priced. I was like, got a ton of room. The new one's got recliners in the captain seats. Nope. She is not a minivan mom.
Yeah.
So we had to get, it was either this, which I mean, the Sequoia kind of got thrown out because of the storage, but it was either this or Sequoia, and the Sequoia's, I'm glad we didn't go down that road.
Yeah.
But how many mom rides have like special colored leather seats?
Oh my God.
Air conditioning.
Hey, I didn't even like the leather seats.
Steps.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Attracting.
Yeah. Automatic steps.
Hey, it was the
Gonna be
best
very
deal.
big grizzly.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
It was the best deal we found. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm proud for her.
Yeah.
But don't call it a mom ride.
It is a mom ride. You know how many seats that thing has?
Dude, that's not a mom ride.
What would you call a mom ride?
Not that.
A minivan.
Yeah.
Hey, we tried to go down that road. Or I tried to go down the road.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have it.
I did
I'd
ask
drive
her.
a minivan.
That thing's big.
Yeah,
I
it
said,
is.
Taylor, you all right driving this thing? She said,
loves
yeah,
it.
I'm fine.
She
I mean,
loves
it's like a Bradley tank or a Bradley,
Yeah.
not a tank.
She,
a Bradley.
like anytime we're in the car, she can't stand it. She can't stand anything that sits that low.
Yeah.
She wants the expedition height or higher.
Well, I don't blame her because, Amanda's got that RAV4.
Yeah.
I can't stand riding in that thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't mind. I got
Have
that
you
little
not
car.
noticed?
Getting those cars, man, it feels like my butt is like 2 inches from the
Dragging.
ground.
You
And it
ain't
probably
far.
is.
You really ain't far.
I know.
I love my car just because, like, you're on the ground. So, like, when you make a turn, like you're going around a turn, you don't feel like you're leaning out. Like in the car, you just kind of hug the ground.
Well, see, I'm in the stage of my life right now where I don't have to take that curve 90 mile an hour.
I hear you, David Lucius Jr.
No, sir. Russell, you rode with me here.
Yeah.
Was I driving fast?
No.
It's because you had a guest.
No, I
Is
just,
that what it was?
I just,
That's what it was.
I don't drive like Papa over here.
I
But
say that or it's because he got them new tires and he don't want to wear them out.
yeah,
That's what it is. Yeah. Got to make that rubber last.
Yeah.
they ain't new, man. They're like 3-4 month old.
How many 1,000 miles on them?
I don't know.
I guarantee you it ain't over 5 probably. Have you rotated them yet?
Not yet.
Yeah, okay. They still brand new.
Hey, it's not about the destination, right? It's about the journey.
Journey, yeah.
And that doesn't matter where you're going.
That's right. Sometimes I like to
I mean,
get there
everybody
fast.
is just like in a hurry to get from point A to point B. And so it's like full, I guess I'm kind of ratting on myself. It's full concentration. You're going 90 miles an hour. It's, you're like race car, fully focused on what's in front of you going, and you're just missing everything around you.
I like to roll down the windows and turn the radio wide
I do
open.
too, man. Just cruise.
But I still go fast.
Cruise.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
But I have to leave 10 minutes earlier than everybody else too.
Yeah.
Well, I always try to get
there at the same
anywhere
time.
early. I
Yeah.
try.
Well, back to what I was saying.
Sorry.
Have you not noticed that if her and I are together, we're not in the RAV,
Mm-mm.
we're in the Tundra.
Got to be bougie.
We went somewhere not too
Gotta make a
long ago.
statement.
No.
Got to show that nice red truck off.
I know you ain't talking. I don't have air conditioner seats, homie.
Hey,
I
he
don't
got
have
a
a sun-
deal. He got a deal.
He
man.
got a deal. I ain't got a sunroof that all of us plus half the church can stand out of going down the road either.
Oh, actually, you can't. It doesn't open double. It just opens single.
No.
It's a double sunroof, but only the first class goes back. Yeah, I know. Yeah. First world problems. I
Yeah,
get
it is. Yeah, it is.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. If I could have found one without it, let's see. If I could have found one with the deal that I got without it, I would have.
Yeah.
Because I ain't nothing but problems.
I guarantee you,
Mhm.
my son had the Ford truck with us, and yeah, it caused him all kinds of problems.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like our truck, if it rains real hard, it'll leak. But I honestly, it's kind of my fault because I know it, and I just got to take the whole top out. So anyway, we got to get
Alright.
started.
Yeah.
We've been,
Talking about fireworks and new rides.
oh man, when they ain't been 20 minutes in
Oh,
the.
it's not. It
it's
felt like I felt like we were 30 minutes in.
I did too. All right, everybody. We got the super fan with us, Russell Schwan.
Mm,
Russell,
super fan.
super fan. That you,
Hey,
I coined that for you.
The world's most interesting man.
Yeah.
How about that?
I don't know about that.
And he doesn't drink Dos Equis. He drinks. Well, I'm not gonna say what this is, but that's what he drinks. World traveler,
Yep. Yeah.
guitar hero,
Yeah.
Author.
Author.
Yeah,
Forgot about
yeah.
that.
Uh-huh.
YouTube channel.
Retired firefighter.
retired firefighter, retired
State fire
state
State
fire
marshal.
marshal.
Hey, he's traveled more countries than I've ever met anybody.
In the last 18 months,
Yeah.
He has done safari hunts with celebrities.
Mr. Waddell.
Yeah.
I've been blessed.
He's killed a bunch of pheasants and ducks in North Dakota.
Yep.
He's had at least 1, 2, 3, 4 different YouTube channels.
Yeah.
Is
They've
it
all
4?
flopped, but yeah.
Oh, whatever. No, it's not flopping.
It's evolution.
It's the evolution of his life. It's whatever he's doing at the time. He's documenting it.
This
He
one,
and LJ,
the one we're doing now, though, it's took off.
Yeah,
so
it's
It's good.
We've been blessed. Like I said, I give God all the glory to it.
Deacon at Dixie Hills. He's an inactive deacon, but he is a deacon.
Yeah.
Because, it's hard to be a deacon when you're in Malaysia or
Japan.
The wonders of technology,
Japan, Tokyo. What else? There's more. Turkey Slayer.
I do love the turkey hunt.
Turkey Slayer. Just all around good guy. We love him. LJ, we love her too.
Yep.
She's funny.
She's the backbone of this whole operation.
She's out there encouraging to go do all these things.
Yeah. So some of the questions we'll have will probably be directed to LJ's frugalness.
Yeah.
Well, could be where like I said, I give God all the glory to it, but my wife, she can pinch a penny so hard the head and tail's on the same side.
Her and David got that in common.
I have so much respect for her because I don't have the discipline that she has.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
If you did, you wouldn't have bought all them fireworks.
Yeah, right.
My wife been sitting over going,
She wouldn't hear boom, she'd hear cha-ching.
Yeah,
cha-ching.
yeah.
No, we would have had a great time if we would have come up and watched the show because it's like somebody, like a friend with a boat.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, go enjoy it.
What's better than having a boat? Having a friend with a boat.
Yeah.
No, well, instead of buying it on July 3rd, she'd have bought it on July 5th.
That's right.
Yeah, everything just
stored it up for next year.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, like I said, she's the frugal one.
Yeah.
so is there anything that we missed in the introduction of Russell Schwan?
Oh man, y'all said way too much.
Well, when did y'all move to Hardeman County?
2012.
2012. So
I retired as a fire chief at Martin, and my wife her mom was getting sick, and we come down. I got a job with the state fire marshal then and had Hardeman County, and it just kind of evolved from there.
was Dylan 15 in 2012? Can you?
96.
Yeah, he would have been.
He would have been about 16, 15 or 16.
So you guys moved down here. I had not met you yet, but I knew LJ, and I can't remember how it happened. It was when I had my nursery, and I can't remember if LJ called me or if Dylan, probably Dylan. I guarantee you, the way I know how y'all did a fine job raising him. He called me and needed a job, and he introduced himself and told me who he was. And so, sure enough, for that summer, I think it was a summer job. He worked for me.
Yeah,
and man, that was my first introduction to the Schwan. I was like, didn't even know how to pronounce it, and he came in one day and said, "We have won a safari hunt to Africa with Michael Waddell." And I was like, he was telling me all about it. And I said, "How in the world did that happen?" And this is what I remember him saying to some degree. He said, "Well, it was either unlimited amount of entries or there was a certain amount of entries per day." And he said, I'd get on my computer and I would max it out. I maxed it out every day.
Wow.
I did.
That it happened, right?
Yeah, if you've noticed, they've changed a lot on these entries and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
One entry.
Yeah.
Because I won it through Scent Blocker.
Right.
And the big deal with Scent Blocker was that you were going to get to hunt with Michael Waddell and be on the Outdoor Channel.
Mm-hmm.
So first thing I got to thinking is like, when I come in is at the fire department, I get on the computer, I'm just going to go first thing I had it on the calendar. I'd throw in an entry or whatever. And I got kind of suspicious about it. I was like, I even emailed him. I was like, is there a maximum number of entries? No reply. I just kept on. I mean, I would sit there 3 or 4 times during the day, and I actually did not win it. The person that won it had so many hours to respond, and they didn't. And I got an email, and it's just one of those vague emails you think that's a spam email or says, hey, congratulations on winning the Africa trip. Call this number. I ain't calling that.
Right, yeah. They can call me.
I ended up responding to the email, and the guy said, no, this is Scott Schultz, which they went bankrupt now, but he's such a great guy. But anyway, he said, I'm going to let my secretary call and set it up, and the round trip airfare, flights, everything. And so I did win it because the guy didn't respond. And I said, well, I'm going to respond. And anyway.
Well, you must have been okay, so how did
they probably
was
pulled
it a
again.
random drawing then?
Yeah.
And you just happened to
I
get
think
the
I had
second
so
one.
many entries that it was just like
you had a higher percentage.
Yeah, but I still didn't win it. Technically,
off the bat,
there might have been somebody else that put in 3,000 entries. I don't know, but anyway, I got concerned because I'm like, I'm gonna be hunting with Waddell. Well, he's got to deal with Realtree. Well, Scott Schultz and them were doing scent blocker in Mossy Oak, so I called and talked to Scott Schultz. He gave me his number and everything, and I'm sure he ain't gonna be listening to me anymore. But anyway, he was a world champion archer. He represented, it's a big story with him. But anyway, real good guy. But he said, I said, look, I don't want to be, if I'm going to be on camera for the Outdoor Channel, I've got some camouflage here. I want to make sure whatever I'm carrying is going to be the right stuff. He said, don't worry about what size do you and Dylan wear. And first of all, I'll get into something else if we don't drag out too long.
No, go for it.
Me and my wife were supposed to go, but when she found out it was a hunting trip and Scott was taking his grandson, was the same age as Dylan, I said, can I take my son? Because I could take one person with me. That was the deal. Me and you. So, of course, my wife still holds that over Dylan all this time. You ain't going to put me in a nursing home. I'll let you go to Africa. He said, just give me your size and stuff like that. So I thought, well, we're going to get, a shirt or something like that. And 2 days later, I look out on the front porch and it's a box big as this table and it's coats, shoes, boots, everything's got the scent blocker deal on it. And of course, I'm thinking, what am I wearing a jacket to South Africa for in July? Well, it's wintertime over there. We got over there and it was snow on the ground at one time, the first day. And then, of course, it warmed up. But yeah, that was a trip of a lifetime.
That's crazy.
Yeah. If you ever get a chance to go over there, which I'm going to try to go back in a year and a half.
Well worth it.
The amount of animals you see, and the first thing they asked me is, what animal is on your hit list? Because we got to kill 9 animals. I'm sorry, but anyway, harvest. We could harvest.
He harvested.
We could, but I told him, I said, I always wanted to shoot a kudu. You always see the kudu and all that, and we went through 13 that he put the sticks up on before he said that's the one you want to shoot.
Wow!
And it was like the last day.
Wow.
And I shot one. He was 48 inches between the tips and the double curl. So, but Dylan, he was having the time. They finally come to me after the 3rd day because I let Dylan shoot. Right out of the box, he got a zebra and some of this other stuff.
Shot a horse.
Yeah. Hey,
a striped horse.
To tell you the truth, the best meal I had over there was
zebra.
It tastes better than any black Angus ribeye steak you put in your mouth here. But
really?
Anyway, they wouldn't tell us what it was till at the end. And old Waddell was at the table and they said, here you go. And I seen all these people bagging up. He just, he said, man, that's pretty good. Of course, I piled it up there and it was, but it's just the sheer amount of animals that you see over there is just unreal.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
So how was Waddell?
Just like you see him on TV. He's
really?
One of the coolest guys. Just, laid back. Me and him talked more about turkey hunting while we were over there. Of course, he was on the quest to be on camera shooting a Cape Buffalo, the Black Death over there with an arrow. and was pretty neat before you see stuff on the Outdoor Channel when they would bring the footage and stuff back at the end of the day when he did and see how he done it. And he had to shoot that thing. It finally gave where it was charging at him or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty neat to see all that stuff.
So was this because it was y'all did y'all make it onto the Outdoor Channel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Briefly.
So so you were there for a week, or whatever, right?
9 days.
9 days. Holy cow!
Yeah.
Was the whole thing videoed? Like, do y'all have documents of pretty much the whole trip?
They done more filming. Everything's bow hunting. If you've looked on the Outdoor Channel, you know, they hardly ever want to do the rifle stuff.
Right.
I wasn't going all the way around the world to shoot a stick and string. Of course, you had to sit in a hut, you know. And of course, Michael had his wife there, and they were filming. They done more. They would film us like, "Hey, we're loading up on the Toyota where you get up, you're driving around the safari vehicles and all." And when we were out there gathering in the morning, but we were more B-roll stuff. But I didn't care. I got 9 animals and got to hunt with them. I never did personally hunt with him during that day because he was archery hunting.
Yeah.
They were in one fixed spot at a water hole. We were just out driving around, and we would see no less than 2,000 animals a day. And it wasn't like you go out there and say, what are you going to shoot? You're going to shoot you just, whatever you see, the guide would say, okay, we can take this, take that. You know.
So we did miss something. We're sitting here talking with a TV star.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And now YouTube sensation.
Yeah.
Boy,
So,
I mean,
what were you shooting when you were over there?
So they asked if I wanted to bring a rifle, and it's a horror story trying to get a gun into Johannesburg. You can rent. That's the good thing. If you go over there, or rent a gun. We shot everything we shot with a 270 rifle.
Really?
270.
Yeah, that's my caliber.
That's
right
awesome.
there.
But now it is mandatory if you're going to do the big 5, which is the dangerous, like the Cape Buffalo. You have to shoot. It's way more than a 300 Win Mag. 375. I think.
Oh, 375 Rigby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But the plains game. Now Dylan did shoot an eland that weighed over 2,000 pounds. It's one of the biggest animals. It looks like a cow, but it tastes good. But he shot it. He had to shoot it twice because the lungs on it are like this big, and he was just putting little pinholes in it.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But it was I won't ever forget that because the guy said we got to watch the giraffe. You find the giraffe. All the animals hang around the giraffe because the giraffe is so much higher.
Yeah.
It can see whatever's coming. When they start running, they don't ask no questions. They take off. Well, we found a giraffe, and the guy said, there's an eland in here. And he said, but make sure when it steps through that gap, you don't shoot that giraffe. He said, he's right under that. So the giraffe moved through, and the sun was setting, and that was the most beautiful setting. You see the camel thorn trees you see in the African movies, and the sun setting behind it. And Dylan was just... He said, hit him again. He finally fell, but it took like 6 guys to roll this thing up in the back of the Toyota thing.
Yeah.
And they had to, it's funny how they do these trackers. They dig and they back that thing down into where they dig the holes for the tires where it sets the thing down low where they can roll the animals up in it. It's pretty neat.
Oh, wow.
So
I'm full of questions.
Go ahead.
All right, so we kind of painted this picture of you with all these accomplishments you've done, but all of it has been just. I mean, what we're naming has been since you've been in Hardeman County. So, like, have you always had this kind of very adventurous spirit? I mean, does this go back before, or because I don't know if it was before we started hitting record or not, but you said LJ gets a lot of credit for this. So has she been kind of some motivation for you, or is this kind of just always been in your...
I would say we've always had the love to kind of travel. And I think it started back before we retired that I've come to know it too, but she's big on Christmas markets, big Christmas. She's big fan of the Christmas deal. So we got to looking, and Germany has got the oldest Christmas markets. And when I say Christmas markets, they do Christmas totally different over there than we do here. And it's just, so we booked a flight to Munich, Germany back in the day to go see the Christmas markets. And I think that's when the bug kind of developed.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so
it opened your eyes up to the whole world and what's
we've
out there.
always done trips, me and her and him. And, when Dylan was growing up, we'd go places like that. We always made that a focal point to have, something to always be doing or whatever. But yeah, I think after we retired, the bugs really hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we keep mentioning Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan's you and LJ's son.
Yep.
He's married.
Yep.
You have 2 granddogs.
Yeah, I don't have a grandchild yet, but I have 2 granddogs.
I can't remember the little one's name.
Jack.
Jack, that's right. And then Scout, who's a phenomenal bird dog. I'm just gonna say
he's a hyper German short-haired pointer,
and
he's full of energy.
he can do his business, son.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had the pleasure of seeing him work and take advantage of his work.
Mm-hmm.
I met Dylan and Sheena at church,
Mm-hmm.
and then whenever they'd come around or whatever, I'd get a little time with them. I got the opportunity to go with you and Michael and Lane.
Mm-hmm.
We flew up to North Dakota. Dylan invited us up there to do pheasant hunting and waterfowl. That's where I got the bug, son.
It's a totally different situation up there.
Yeah. Anyways, so they were very gracious. We got to stay with them on post. Dylan's active duty Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
And Minot is where we were.
He was in Minot, North Dakota.
And
at the time, yeah.
At the time, yeah. And man, they took super great care of us. His wife is a sweetheart. Dylan, like you said, he's highly intelligent, very respectful. He's just a joy to be around. I mean, the whole family is. I'm not just saying that because you're here, but you are. LJ can have you laughing, busting at the seams. Dylan is, I think he's funnier. Yeah. Sorry, LJ.
Well, he got that military humor to him now.
Yeah.
Right.
So just a good family all around.
Yeah.
We hate that y'all are gone, but we're excited for y'all for the travels.
Yeah.
I was excited when you got home in April. Next April, you need to come home like March the 26th.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to be here because that's like I said, turkey season is my favorite thing. So I done told her. She said we was coming back in May. I know for graduations, but I told her I'm gonna come back. We need to be back by April. I want to turkey hunt.
Yeah, they changed the season this year. I don't know if you know it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They pushed it back to like
the 1st of April.
Yeah, so now it's back to the 1st of April. Hopefully, they didn't go up on birds, but that's all right.
I still just like to go.
So you'll be here. I know I'm going to spend some time at LBL. Michael's talking about doing that as well. So you just jump in the Red Tundra and go with us.
Yeah. I've hunted several times at LBL. I used to get drawed up there before. It's kind of went downhill, but I think maybe it'll pick back up. I've hunted up there a lot. I know some secret spots.
Well, all I know is them turkeys are different. They're going to pick their head up.
They know.
And they're going to look. And if they don't see a hen, they go.
Yeah.
That quick. So.
But the trick was back at the fire department days, a bunch of us would hunt up there during the open part. We would just wait, leave, eat breakfast, and get up there about 11 o'clock. And all the turkeys done heard everybody. And the funniest story I ever got, we was turned down the road that we was going about a mile. There was a guy on a bicycle. We passed him, got up there, went in there and called 2 times. I shot. We passed him. He was still coming up on the bicycle. Midday.
Like
turkey never gobbled.
Like I said, turkey slayer here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to remember. There's a video this guy I've been watching. He's a what do you call it? Wildlife biologist.
Mm-hmm.
He's been talking about deer and turkeys and all this stuff, and he's been talking about how they like at 4 years old. He said every study they've ever done at 4 years old, a deer turns nocturnal, and like he gets very like he won't come out till it's dusk. And he won't, and he'll go back around morning, but always between the hours of, what do you say, like 11 and 1, they'll come out to eat when everybody hunts in the morning, and they'll go back, eat lunch, come back in the afternoon. He said, I don't go out till 10 a.m. He said, I'll hunt from 10 to 2, and then I'll go back.
You can pattern a deer, but a deer can pattern you a whole lot better.
But he said, and he was talking about everybody's trying to raise big deer, this, that, and other. And he's like, it kind of goes for most species, but the what's the word I'm looking for? The stress of everything creates bigger deer. So you not killing those is causing them to stay small. And he started talking about how people are trying not to kill does, they're trying to kill big bucks, and you need to be killing the does off.
Yeah.
And anyway.
So we're talking about hunting, and Russell is a hunter.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask, do you miss deer season? But you've had the opportunity. I don't know if you can talk about this on here or not, but you've had the opportunity to do something with Dylan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dylan is stationed in Guam. It's a little Pacific island south of Japan, and they've actually got deer there and wild hogs. And for a while before Dylan's took on this new assignment, but he still gets to go. He was, there's no natural predator over there, and like coyotes and stuff we have here. So the deer population would just escalate and to the point where one part of the military base over there, 4,000 acres, is all fenced in to keep, somebody from just coming on the base or whatever. Well, in doing that, the deer have nowhere to get out, and they overpopulate. So there's a depredation team that goes out, and you can't use high-powered rifles. You use crossbows or bows and air rifle. And I'd never shot an air rifle until I went over there. And
like, we're not talking pellet gun.
No. We're talking about like
we're not talking about the 10
pumps. We're talking about like it's called, the one Dylan had was a 45 caliber, and there's a 50 caliber, and it shoots a ball.
Yeah.
And you charge it up with compressed air, and you can get 2 or 3 shots before it starts, they're accurate within 100 yards.
Yeah, right.
But over there, everything's jungle, and there's little pads that come out, and the deer would, but you can hunt during the day, but they hunt at night, and use light. But they have so many that they have to keep down, and it ain't like they're out there shooting just and leave them. There's the families over there want the deer, and a custom in Guam, I didn't know it until we was talking with a guy, is one of the big deals for a high school graduate over there is like, if it's a big thing if the family has a leg of venison. So this guy that they would always meet us if we were late. You didn't kill everything every night, anything you got, the guy was right there at the gate. It didn't matter if it was 11 o'clock at night or 1 in the morning. He was there to pick up, And then there's some of the guys on the depredation team that they would keep them too, and they like to have them, but I didn't care. I wanted a hog, and I finally shot a big hog, but that's cool. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
but the air rifle is something I was like, air rifle. And then first time I hunted, it was a crossbow. Well, you sling arrows, you miss,
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, you didn't hit anything. You was wasting arrows and all that stuff like that. And that gets pretty costly. And then Dylan was like, well, so-and-so's going to go with us tonight. He's bringing his air rifle. I was like, air rifle? Well, they got the scope and the light on it and everything. I was like, this is more of a, better deal. And you see them, it's like Africa. You stop, they're gone. So you're lucky. We got into a trick where we would see them. We wouldn't ever just say anything. We would drive past in the vehicle, and the guys would get off of the back, just jump off because you was going real slow. And then they would walk back and then see if they could see it. Cause there's lights out there and stuff, and they'd be standing under the light and you can shoot. But anyway,
it's kind of like them turkeys at Fort Campbell, man. If you drive by and see one, you better keep going, because if you stop, man, they're booking it.
Yeah.
But if you just drive by, they just go.
Yeah, I remember the professional hunter in Africa. He said, when I set these sticks down, he said, put that rifle up here. He said, you got a maximum of 2 seconds. He said, they don't wait around. He said, if you stop and they see you, they're gone. He said, there's stuff over here trying to eat them. They don't take a chance. So I learned to shoot quick.
So we're kind of talking all about it, but we really haven't explained to people like why you're at Guam. I mean, we kind of said world traveler, but we haven't really spelled that out for everybody. So, How long has it been since when y'all started this venture of retire to roam? And
I retired from the state fire marshal's office. When was it? June 29th was my last day in 2024. But I took another job because my wife was confused if she could be on insurance because she worked for the Fed. She's like, "Well, we can't retire, yet." I was like, "I'm retired."
yeah, I'm done.
So anyway, I took another job with TLM Associates in Jackson, and great people up there. But we kept going through and found out that once I retired, I could put her on my insurance. The insurance was the big deal. And she was going to have to work another 6 years to get insurance through the feds for life at the same rate. And I found out she could get on mine. Well, when we found that out, she was like, November, so we set a date, and I think we left here. We had actually bought tickets to go visit Guam, see Dylan and them for Christmas in 2024. Well, come to find out, instead of a round trip, we ended up as one way because we retired, both of us, in December, and we've been retired since 2024.
Well, you mentioned Retire to Roam.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of their YouTube channel, and I'm gonna put the hyperlink in our description so that y'all can click on there and check out LJ and Russell material. But you actually started the channel before you started traveling, right?
I think between the time I retired and between the time she retired, she had kind of started it. Yes.
Yeah. Because it was before you left the state.
When the ideas of what we're about to do.
Yeah. And it was just going to be it was more set on how can you retire early in your 50s is what the channel was based on. It wasn't really travel stuff, but it's how can you retire? And we do like budget stuff. How do you early retire in your 50s if you're able to, and kind of show our story, how we come about, retiring. And it kind of evolved. Well, then, hey, while we're out and we're doing this is what we're able to do. So we would go to certain places and, we would look up. I'm a big military history buff. So everywhere we'd go, I'd look for stuff like that. Or we would find out what would be like the top attractions or whatever. And then some of these that a lot of people wouldn't talk about that way. Well, I didn't know that. And we would just kind of do a video of that. But it started out basically, and it still is, more of a retirement for 50 plus, and talking about how to retire early.
Well, because, okay, so it hasn't even been a year yet, right? You said November of last year?
2024.
Of 2024. So a year and a half.
It's fixing to be 2 years.
So in a year and a half, how many places have you been to? Can you kind of just name them out?
We've been to 17 different countries. Started out, we left and we went to Guam. Of course, it's a U.S. territory, so I still count it. But anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you get sunburned.
Yeah. Outside the continental.
It stays like 82 degrees year round over there. It ain't, but anyway, then our first trip was to Vietnam.
The Dragon Bridge.
Man, I'm going to have to look this up. I've been to so many places.
Well, but I think, 17 different countries in a year and a half, retired early.
Mm-hmm.
And so what?
He's young.
Automatically, everybody's thinking, well, I mean, filthy rich to do all this, right?
Yeah,
but that's the premise of the whole YouTube channel, is that, I mean, you guys are operating, you guys are living the dream, but doing it on
a fixed budget.
On a fixed budget of, I mean, what would you? I mean, y'all put it out there. So on average monthly expenses are.
So that's what a lot of our videos, each month we do a month to month what we spent this month on our travels or whatever. But we've $48,000 a year, $4,000 a month.
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say 5.
No, it's 4.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And that was the first year. We'd said that, my wife, frugal LJ, she's like, no, we're gonna do it for $36. I said, there ain't no way. But anyway, we did. We done our whole.
Don't tell
year.
LJ she can't do it.
But anyway,
I'll prove you wrong.
We'll explain, I guess, later on if you ask the question. But Southeast Asia is very, I'm not going to say cheap, but it's economical because, like I said, if you want to know the countries,
Yeah.
Guam, Japan twice, Vietnam, South Korea, Hungary, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Poland, Austria, Malaysia, Greece, Albania, Italy, France, Spain, the Bahamas. That was on a cruise, and then Gibraltar. But our first year.
I mean, it's amazing, really.
And to be honest, though, when the lodging and the transportation is the two highest ones, but we stayed with Dylan in Guam. We're not paying, and that's how we're able to do a lot of that too. So I'm not just sitting here saying that we're spending, but we help when we're there,
right? Yeah,
groceries and stuff like that. But yeah, we've
sold everything here in the States.
Sold everything and I probably could. To be upfront, probably couldn't have done a lot of this if we hadn't have sold everything. But the whole premise is Dylan is our only child. We've got family here, but y'all probably know too, you're not seeing your family all the time. They're not coming to see you. You're not going to see them. But Dylan, being there, we're fortunate enough he wants to still be around us.
Yeah.
So we get to go spend time with him, and we still come back to visit, but we still got a budget. And if it hadn't been for selling everything, we wouldn't have been able to do, because a lot of our money's tied up in investments, 401ks that we have. And I do have a pension. I do get a pension, JP, from the state fire marshal. It ain't much. Whoever's the new governor coming in, you need to help that out. But anyway, with that, and then being supplement, I can't draw off, it's like anybody else. I can't draw off any of our investments till 59 and a half. So we took what we had, knowing what we had after we sold all that, and this is what we can live on until any of that kicks in, and we've been able to do it. But yeah,
that's something I want to
set $48,000 a year. You think that it is a lot of money, but if you go over to Southeast Asia, we spent a whole month in Vietnam and didn't spend $1,500.
Yeah, you told me the most expensive part of that trip was you and LJ's airfare.
Yeah.
It wasn't even the rooms or anything. He FaceTimed me on that WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And showed me this. Him and LJ were in this phenomenal room. I don't know if it was a villa or what. And he's like, "You'll never guess how much this room costs." And it was like $15 a night or something like that.
It was
fun. I mean, it was.
That was in Malaysia.
Yeah. It was probably one of the best places I ever seen.
Oh yeah.
But I want to backtrack a little bit, because we are faith based, and Russell has mentioned several times. First of all, he's been able to do this because the Lord's blessed him.
Yep.
So before he left the state fire marshal's office, so Russell used to be my boss. I'm at the state fire marshal's office because of Russell.
It's your fault.
It's my fault.
It is his fault. So I finally had talked to Amanda and to let me just quit, retire, whatever, try to make it. I might have piddled a little bit or whatever from TDOT. She finally had enough of me being an angry elf. So it was a Sunday morning. We go to church. Russell walks to he used to have a silver Ford pickup truck. He was walking to his truck, and this one I had the gold Tundra. He gets almost in it, gets out of it, and walks over to my window. I roll it down. We're leaving church, right? He said, "You know anybody that needs a job?" Amanda said, "Doing what?" He said, "Working for me." She said, "This guy right here." I was like, "Dang, Russell, I was almost there." So it was a lengthy process, because originally they had the wrong job title, yada, yada, yada. Well, I get over there. So I was fortunate enough to be around Russell. Daniel goes to our church. He's there. There's a lot of good inspectors on the team. A lot of them you and George did a good job placing these people in place. And so I had the opportunity to work with you quite a bit. You would come out to Blue Oval, check on us. Russell was a phenomenal supervisor.
I'll give you that $20 after this.
No problem. I mean, y'all have heard me say this while he's been in one of the 17 countries, right? He was. Was he tough? Yeah. He would call you out on the carpet, but he was a good supervisor. So I forget what we were doing that day, but he was going to go with me. He had to do some ride-alongs or something. So instead of him meeting me somewhere, I just drove from my house, picked him up at his house, and here we go. And, he had those 2 back surgeries, and it was after that. And he said, man, I'm going to tell you something, but it's got to stay between us. I was like, all right. He's like, I'm retired. But in that, most people would be like, man, this is what my wife and I have done. I'm so proud of us. You know what I'm saying? They would take full credit for it. Not once did he give LJ all the credit or him take all the credit. He said, what I'm fixing to tell you, the only reason why we're able to do this is because the Lord has blessed LJ and I.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing I always appreciated about Russell. He's a knothead like us, but he loves the Lord.
Yep.
And everything that we did, he always made sure, that the Lord was involved in it. He would always make sure that we would conduct ourselves in a manner that we were good ambassadors for Christ. So I want to point that out, that when he got to the point that he and LJ were able to do this and start selling everything, so that they could live on that until they could access their other investments. He gave God all the glory. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little mad that he was leaving because, I wasn't sure what life was going to look like at the Tennessee State Fire Marshal's office. Russell's character, because he is a Christ follower, there's people that miss him in the State Fire Marshal's office. His old boss is chomping at the bits to have lunch with you because of your character.
Yeah.
So we're talking about all this stuff, your travels, and we're not done with that because we got a bunch of questions. But I do want everybody to know that you are animate about giving God the glory for the blessings that you and LJ have.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to point that out because I wanted to point that out earlier.
No, I was going to ask. So we were talking about everything that you have done, that you've accomplished, everything like that. And one of the things that we've talked about, but we hadn't got into, is you're an author, right?
Well, if you call it that.
And so,
hold on,
published. I say, I'm pretty sure we have the book.
Yeah.
I say, that's why I was about to say I thought it was up there, but you may have taken it with you.
Yeah.
But what possessed you to want to write a book?
To be honest with you, when we was in Guam, Dylan is in the process of writing a book about military leadership.
It's in my office, I think.
And he's doing a more in-depth book than what I done. I just done and I don't know, through the conversation with him, letting me read some of his, when he's, proofreading it and stuff like that. And it's going to be a good book, no doubt.
I'm excited.
He's seen some stuff in the military at his young age and what he's accomplished. I'm really proud of what, I know we're not supposed to be proud, but Dylan's knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
He's doing stuff in the military that people his age probably will never see. But anyway, I was kind of reading his book, and now his wife's, writing a book. So I guess we all got on this bandwagon. But anyway, when you're traveling around, to save money, you're not out, staying in 5-star resorts and stuff like that. You got a lot of downtime. So it was either Dylan or my wife said, you got a lot of stories to tell from the fire service or whatever, how you got into it and all that. So I just started come up with some of the dates and some of the stuff. Of course, you can't remember everything 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And there again, AI is a great thing that you can say, hey, this is what I've got. What can I do? And it kind of puts it in there, and then you kind of change stuff back and forth and all that. And hindsight now, I wished I'd have spent a little more time than just trying to. And then I didn't know you could publish a book, but now, you was writing it. And then KDP is free on Amazon. Of course, they get most of the royalty. I ain't making hardly, and they set the price on how to start out. And after, I don't know, a month and a half, 2 months of doing all that, I put it on there and it went out. And have I made a bunch of money off it? I hadn't. Amazon probably had. It's been, I get a monthly notice that, hey, a unit sold. It started out real good the first 2 months. It sold a bunch of copies, and then it was like number one in some of those categories that they put it in. I don't even check it. But anyway, I'll get an email every now and then, hey, somebody bought a book. I might sell one book. The big thing is if you're on this Kindle program and you get a membership to it, you could read so many pages, free or whatever. Well, for every 2 pages, I get 1 cent. So at the end of the month, I'll have like one book and I'll have 80 cents from somebody that's wrote or looked at 100 pages or, I don't know, but I don't know how that works, but,
Well,
And we
I
plugged
think
the
I
book.
made $11 off of it last month or something like that.
We-
But
we
hey, it's $11.
Yeah, we did plug the book right after it came.
Yeah.
I thought I put it in this, but it's in my office at home.
Well, I bought the digital version, and
Yeah.
it came out during hunting season.
Yeah.
So I read the book in my deer stand on my phone. So
And it
I
just
do
kinda
wish I
goes-
had.
yeah,
and I may still get the.
Well,
physical.
I meant to bring it because I'll sign it.
I'll
Oh,
still sign it. But anyway, it's just, that's where it tells about how when I was real young, we lost a house, to a fire, and I remember all that. And then some of those guys that come and put that fire out, I ended up working with them at that department later on years. But of course they was fixing to retire as I come on, but they was like, yeah, I remember it. So
I mean, it was. I mean, it is a biography. What do you call that? An autobiography or whatever? Where you write
it's
yourself.
more like a memoir, I guess, or something like just stuff that happened. I mean, there's nothing in there that's not that I everything that's in that book I did.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't none of this, I made it up for ratings or anything like that. But no, everything that happened is actual events, what I went through.
Yeah. So was it when you first said I'm going to do this? Was it harder than you anticipated, or
Yeah, well, the good thing, like I was saying, when you start coming up with a concept, AI, a lot of people think about, AI is a bad thing, and it can be a bad thing. I'm not going to say, but the good thing, once you start going back and forth with it, it starts asking you questions and saying, well, what about this? Did this happen? And then you start going back and forth. Well, yeah, I didn't think about that. And then it kind of, and then you play off of that, and then what you want to put in there and what you don't. It just comes up with ideas. You spit it in there, and then it spits it back out.
Yeah,
it's
that's
pretty
cool.
neat.
That's awesome.
He keeps messing with AI. He didn't watch the Terminator.
I did watch the Terminator. All three of them, I think. Maybe more than three.
I had to fight the urge.
What?
You took that hat off, and I pointed to you, and you shook your head, but there wasn't a hair out of
This is pushing my hat down onto my ears. It's like cutting into my ears, and so I'm like,
But he took his hat off.
No, I did
Warren
not.
Zevon, where was it, London? His hair was perfect.
It was perfect.
He took his hat off, dude. He didn't even have a ring around.
Here we
It was
go.
formed just like
I'm just hating. I'm not gonna lie. I'm hating.
See,
You didn't even know what you were shaking your head about.
no, I did. I was like,
You're like, no, don't say it.
I'm like, don't interrupt.
I wasn't going to
Don't
interrupt.
interrupt.
I wasn't going
the
to interrupt.
superstar.
No, and I'm no superstar.
You're a super fan.
I do
for sure.
take the Matthew 28:19, the Great Commission, and I've tried using that anywhere we travel because it tells us to go out. And there's been countless times that we've been, me and wife praying over the meal or whatever. People come over and start talking, and even on a cruise ship, came several friends, just doing stuff like that.
Well, David's got a question about that.
Prayed for people in the lounge in Manila Airport. I forgot to put the Philippines, but I just landed.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm sure it's easy to lose count of it all. But no, that does bring up, because we were talking about what we wanted to talk to you about, and so that was because I know you and LJ both. Your whole family has a good, strong faith.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering, have there been challenges to remaining faithful out in these 17, 18 countries that you've been at, where it's not Christian based?
Yeah, well, a lot of Catholic religion everywhere we went, and then there's Islam or however they say, like Albania, but they didn't force it on you. But challenge going to a Baptist church. I'm Baptist. I'm Baptist born, Baptist bred. When I die, I'll be Baptist dead. I don't know what you want to say, but anyway, there was a service in Poland that was in English. It's hard to find one. I'm Polish, Poland, and we attended a service. It's pretty good. He would talk in English, and then he would do it in Polish. But anyway,
Wow.
Guam, we found a great Baptist church over there, and the people are phenomenal. They're real big on fellowship, and he preaches
Yeah.
preaches the Bible. So shout out to Bob Murphy.
Yeah.
But anyway,
They so you FaceTime me one time from one of your services on the beach.
yes,
The show.
yeah, over in Guam, they've got a baptistry there. But the big thing is at the end of the month, they'll do a baptism and there's a meal. They always, at the end of the month, they have a meal. But the baptism or whatever, it's a big deal. They go out to Epau Beach and, it's pretty neat, to go out in the beach and then they'll baptize people. And that was in Guam.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. I don't know if you FaceTime me or maybe videotaped it and then sent it to me, but, that was kind of humbling and I don't know what other word to use to see. We got to make sure the baptistry's on it. No, the water
just right temperature.
I mean, no offense to you, Brother Jimmy, but Brother Jimmy don't get in the water.
The funniest the first time I went and witnessed one of these or participated, and everybody gets to stand there on the beach or they can get out in the water because the water's warm. The preacher's like 70-something years old. Well, he went to. And the water was kind of rocky or whatever. But he went down with them too. So they was all out there getting them all up. But anyway, it was pretty fun. But they just went through a super typhoon because I've been checking with Dylan and them. Of course, it's done passed, but they done pretty good. They got a lot of wind damage and stuff from it. But when they have stuff like that, they're not going to do it out on the beach, but they'll have it not during the typhoon or anything, but they'll have it in the church. But it's a big deal. They stress on fellowship, bringing everybody to the beach there, and everybody that's kind of there touristy, and they see that they're hoping people to come over and hey, what do y'all and start talking to them, share the gospel with them. But anyway, it's a big thing, so I enjoy it. But as far as all the other countries and stuff, when we're staying there, we try to stay somewhere where we're going 3 weeks to a month at a time. You can get out and try to find places, but I'll either fall back. If the time difference ain't too bad, I'll watch, Dixie Hills online or Gigo Baptist. They got a Facebook page too.
Yeah. Yeah. The social media definitely helps being able to stay connected.
Yeah. But you still, you don't want to forsake the gathering.
Mm-hmm. So that was fixing me my question. Yeah, y'all have come back. You're staying with your sister-in-law and your niece and nephew for the summer. Y'all just fell right back into Dixie Hills like you never left.
Yeah.
They welcomed y'all the very first Sunday. Brother Jimmy said something. Traveling and being faith-based like you are, being a Christ follower, is it difficult or do you have a longing for your church family?
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt. Like I said, that was the first thing we landed back here. I think it was on a Tuesday, and I think I might have texted you and said, "Hey, you gonna be at church?" And we showed up Wednesday night. So, you long for that. And like I said, the good thing is we're either in Guam where we can actively participate in church services there, or we're back here. We're gonna be at church if we can, and then. When you're out on the road, we try to find, like I said, we found one in Poland and, it's just, I don't want to just say I'm going to church, even if it's, a different denomination or whatever. And I'm not knocking that or whatever, but I want to find a place where I can understand what they're saying and kind of close to what my beliefs are. And, I'm not saying, but it's kind of hard to find.
The reason why I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, this is sort of related, but I mean, I think we all dream and wish and talk about, especially if you travel and go on vacation or somewhere, you're like, oh, I could live here, right? I mean, so like with my job, I mean, we live in Tennessee, but my job's in Alabama and Florida.
Right.
And, Amy and I have just kind of, wishful dreaming, thinking, oh, we could live in this part of North Florida. I could be in my territory. It'd be just beautiful and lovely and all that. And I tell you, it always comes back to I mean, it's
no place like home.
It's not. We're not really thinking about it, but we're just thinking about the possibility. And it's our church family. I was like, you know what? I mean, really, that's what's holding us here. Yeah. I was like, I have too good of friendships. I have my friends are my family, my church family, right? Mm. And I was like, I can't leave.
And we stay in touch.
Yeah, you and I.
Mm-hmm. You know, I text people or whatever, and then you get to watch the service, and but you still long to be there and fellowship.
Yeah,
it's but still fun to travel.
Oh, well, yeah, no, I'm not knocking it at all. I'm jealous of that.
Yeah. The reason why I asked that was I got thinking, you told me you and Stanton had run some ideas by each other, and I got thinking, and Scripture says, "Don't forsake the assembly." And a lot of people are like, "Well, you got to be at church every time the doors are open," and I'm not saying that you shouldn't be. Yeah. But the reason why I asked that is because he does have the opportunity to go to churches in different countries. I feel like the church that Dylan and Sheena and you and LJ are a part of, that is a church family. Yeah. That helps. Being home with Dixie Hills is being home. When Dylan comes home, he visits church, he's home, right? Mm-hmm. And we embrace Sheena.
Oh yeah.
And so I got to really thinking about that, don't forsake the assembly. And then I got thinking, man, when they're in different countries, like they're separated from, not that it's not enjoyable, because we are all envious of what you and LJ get to do, but it's just really you, LJ, and God,
well,
and these countries.
Says where two or more are gathered in my name, there I'll be too. But I still, if I get a chance to go and sit down and fellowship with you over here, I'm going to take that more than I am Facebook. But hey,
oh sure,
you're limited to some of your resources when you
are,
and
I was just curious how, and you and LJ have done a phenomenal job with it. Like I said, when you're in Guam, y'all are plugged in there. When you're here, you're plugged here. When you're in countries where you just said where you can't find a church that you understand what they're saying,
yeah,
you're not just checking the box, if you will. You're watching either Dixie Hills or what's the name of the church in Guam again?
Jigo Baptist. I don't know how they go. It's YIGO, but they call it Jigo. But anyway, I would call it Yigo, but they know it's Jigo.
Jigo. I mean, you're being plugged in, and to me, you're not forsaking it. I'm sure when you watch Dixie Hills, if Stephanie or Dave or someone does something kind of silly on stage, or Brother Jimmy says, you laugh like, "Oh, yeah. Brother Jimmy," he says, you know what I mean? That you have that connection.
Yeah.
I done lost my train of thought.
Well, I mean, just to follow that, like, what JT's has a church at Knoxville that he goes to. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, Dylan did the same when he was going to school.
Yeah, and it's not every Sunday, but he goes, and I'm so proud of him because of that.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Pause something? Huh? Do we need to pause something?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
But it was from that youth director coming to the campus. Mm-hmm. And doing campus ministries that he was able to find out about this church. And so then he connected with them, and now he goes. And so when we would go up there to visit,
you would go too.
We would go too on a Sunday. I'd be like, JT, Sunday's our last day. We got, let's go to church and then eat lunch, and then we got to go back home. Yeah. And that has turned into a pretty special thing. I mean, we don't go up there all the time. Yeah. But when we do, that's what we do. And it's not Dixie Hills. It's not the church family, but it's the assembly. It's the church.
Right.
It's the church as a whole. And so, and then we even visited a different church just because it's not out of obligation. It's because we want to, and so that's the difference. I think JP kind of mentioned, some people are like, you got to be at church every time the doors are open.
A
That's kind of
legalistic view.
a legal. There you
Yeah.
go. Legalistic, obligated.
Yeah.
But to to go because you want to, or and you're not using your weekend vacation as an excuse not to go to church or something. That's
I think it's a servant mentality.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. So you got to.
Yeah, Dylan was the same way when he was going to UT Knoxville and go Vols.
That's right. That's right.
JP's not here to dispute that.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
anyway,
yeah. We could sing Rocky Top right now. It'd be all right, wouldn't it?
He went through a couple of churches, but he finally found one, and he was pretty faithful to that. Of course, being in college, they're not going to make it all the time. He loves to fish, and he had a boat up there, and he would. But when it come time, he would. Especially when we were up there, he was, and they knew him. I mean, wasn't like I knew he wasn't just showing us. He attended, and so yeah.
Sorry. I couldn't hold it in.
That's good, man.
My eyeballs were over. That's why I lost my train of thought. I was like, good Lord.
But anyway, yeah, no, anytime we got a chance to, we're going to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So, you have anything before I ask this?
No, I have a question in my mind, but it's a travel question, so I'll wait till.
Well, go ahead and ask the
Okay.
travel question because I'm going to ask some questions about the actual YouTube channel.
Okay. So, you've talked about a few countries that you've been to or whatnot. What's in the future? Like, what's other countries that you are looking in?
We're leaving August 2nd, and we're going to Germany.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's going to be for 3 weeks or 4 weeks because we got to be back and go on. I say we got to be, but we done told Dylan that we're going to be back sometime in September because he's got a class he's going to attend to. And of course, we've turned into the grandparents for the dogs. Anyway, it's costly to do anything over there. So, hey, we're getting a place to stay and I'll take care of the dogs. But anyway, and I think him and Sheena are going somewhere, but I don't know that if it's nailed down yet. But yeah, but I did find out that we're going to have like an 18-hour layover in Iceland.
Oh,
And
man.
instead of sitting in the airport, I told my wife, we're landing at 8 o'clock in the morning. There's some places I want to see. We probably would never go to Iceland and stay for a month.
Mm-hmm.
We can do a whole lot of recording
In
12
18
hours
hours.
and still get back to the airport and still get our flight to Germany. So we'll take advantage of that. There's stuff like that. We try to, we're
Take
not
full
going to ever come
advantage.
here and stay here,
Yeah.
so
Is Thailand on your journeys?
yes.
I've seen some beautiful, beautiful footage of
Thailand
Thailand.
is really affordable.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting a little more
Expensive.
because of the YouTube,
Tourist.
social
Yeah.
media, that hyping it up. But it's still pretty economical. Vietnam, I don't think you're ever going to. Not, I would personally go and stay in Vietnam for 3 months because that's what you're entitled to as far as the visa. You got to
Right.
get it approved. We stayed for 30 days when we was first starting out, but there's certain times of the year you don't want to go to Thailand, and there's certain times of the year you don't want to go to certain areas of Vietnam because of the heat and everything. But
Yeah.
the northern part of Vietnam is pretty cool, in the fall and stuff. So you just got to split it up. And Japan, my wife does not like, and I'm not calling her out or whatever, but she's a hamburger, pizza type, and meat and potatoes kind of gal.
Yeah.
And she don't like Asian food as much as I can eat it.
Yeah.
But anyway, and
Dylan's the same way, too.
yeah, Dylan's the same way. But we'll go over to Japan in about a week. So, but Japan's phenomenal. But I could stay over there.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, the dollar versus the yen is pretty cheap to be in Japan.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Well,
they don't have steakhouses in Japan like we have Japanese
Oh yeah,
in America. Okay, all right.
But local food, you'll find out, and we've learned this on the travel. You learn that on if you watch any of the videos, because we got a playlist of each country we've been to and what we've done. The local food is a whole lot cheaper. If you want to buy Western food, it's going to be twice the price. So
I mean, well, that's the same here.
Yeah.
Right? You can get a steak, but if you go to Hibachi
It's going
grill,
to be just as much steak as
yeah. And you ain't going to get you can get a bunch of fried rice. But
what
need a
I was
steak and
saying is, like in Vietnam, bowl of pho, whatever they call it, at PHO or whatever. If you go over here to Jackson and buy it, it's going to be $12 to $15 a bowl. You buy it over there, it's a bowl this size and it's that deep, and it's $1.25.
Oh my gosh. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, and a banh mi sandwich
is
is like Vietnam it's a French culture. A lot of people don't know
Okay.
that Vietnam's
I didn't know
French
that.
culture. A lot of architecture is French and stuff. Well, the baguette,
Mhm.
the little thin French bread or whatever, they call it a banh mi sandwich over there. And you load it up, and I'm talking about a Subway sandwich ain't got nothing on this thing.
Yeah.
And my wife found out she liked that, and it was like a good breakfast thing or whatever, and those things were like 60 cents.
Really?
Yeah. Me and her would eat
I think I want to visit Vietnam.
we would,
that's
and
great.
we would eat 2 meals a day, and I'm not talking about, it wasn't like just an egg roll here or something like that, man. And it was good, man. We would eat 2 meals a day,
Mhm.
and we never spent over $12 a day.
That's
We
right.
stayed 2 blocks from the Da Nang beach in a hotel. It's not the Ritz Carlton,
Mhm.
It was nice though.
but it had an elevator in it and coffee houses on the whole month. It was $300.
I think
So-
I think out of all the hotels, there was only one room that she was not a big fan of at all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
other than that, they were
I
pretty
think it
nice.
was a hostel we stayed in,
Yeah.
Czech Republic or something like that. It didn't have air conditioning in it. But, there again, everything over there, you was lucky if you got an elevator. But we
Yeah.
wasn't there very long. If we'd been there for a month, we'd probably changed.
Mhm, mhm.
He's talking about the price of food. We got
Yeah.
sushi here the other night. We got 3 rolls, and they get the salad and whatever else, and then
The
I get the
soup.
chicken fried rice. Yeah, all that was like almost $100
Mhm, mhm.
over there.
You wouldn't have spent $15.
Yeah. So I want to touch a little bit on the YouTube channel.
Did I answer all your questions?
The only other question was,
Oh, go ahead.
have y'all been to the Rocky Top place in Japan?
Yeah, they were.
Mount Fuji?
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
I thought I'd seen a clip of a video, and then
We-
there's a bluegrass bar or something like that.
There's
that's
a
close
UT
by.
bar there. The
Yeah.
guy graduated from UT, and he's opened it up over there, and he was real hospitable, and you get to sign the board and all that stuff.
That's awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to
yeah.
put that on my
They
bucket
sing
list.
that-
Yeah, you
They-
got a 1 drink
on
minimum
Mount
that you have to
Mount-
buy in there.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like everything in Japan is like, this would be like the mega store, this room right here. So
Really?
anyway, his bar wasn't no bigger than this, but he had, we don't drink, but he
Yeah.
had Coke products and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And he had a real good chili dog.
Yeah.
Really?
So we had the chili dog.
That's
But
great.
he's got everything UT in there and everything tight. But the Governor Lee and all of them's been there.
Really?
Yeah. So
That's amazing.
So I
but
want
it's on that. If you go, I'm not plugging her channel.
No, go
No,
for
no,
it.
plug
We'd
your
love
channel.
for you to.
On the playlist, there's a Japan, and there's always something going on in these countries. We try to, hey, if we go, we want to go during this time. Well, the cherry blossoms is the big thing
Yes.
in Japan, so we hit it just right when
Yeah.
we went to Tokyo and the cherry blossom, and that was just one of the added bonuses. What Dylan being everything UT. Hey, there's a UT bar over here. I
Yeah.
want to go look and see him. Okay. Of course, Dylan's dressed up in his jersey and all that. I ain't got none of that. But anyway, we was
That's
only over
funny.
there because Japan to Guam is like a 2-hour flight. So
Mhm.
it's inexpensive. And they fly every day out of Guam to Tokyo or Osaka.
Yeah.
And then they got South Korea and all that stuff that's there. But United is the big hub, is the only U.S. based hub that's there. But they do Japan every day. So, yeah, we had a good time.
All right. So I want to kind of follow up with the opposite question of what you just asked. Are there any places that are just not on your bucket list? Like you go like, we have no desire to travel here or here or here. Anything like that?
Probably right now it'd be something in the Mideast. Now I have been to Qatar, Doha, Qatar. I would like to go back there. The people were real friendly and all that when this all settles down. There's a place in Jordan that I want to go see, Petra, the carved city until all this kind of
Settles down.
And that's a good thing about if you stay over here, and I'm not knocking it, and you turn on the news and it's just these people, this is going on, this going on. If you actually go over there, it's maybe one little area over there like they talk about, and just stay away from that area.
Yeah.
Everything, the people are nice and friendly, and now would I want to land in Iraq or Iran? No, probably not. But, I follow some people that do that, and they'll go right now. I know some people that we watch that are travel channels like us, and hey, we're over here in Iran. I'm like, not me.
No, yeah.
I didn't lose anything in Southwest Asia,
But
and if I did, they can keep it.
yeah,
I ain't allowed.
there's some places that I would go back. I'd like to go back to, but it's like me and my wife said, while we're able to get out and travel, I want to kind of hit the spots that
Mm-hmm.
we ain't. Because I've done told you kind of stuff. I'm looking at maybe buying some property in North Dakota for like when we're back here during the summer, and then here, and then somewhere like in Arizona. And I'm not talking about no land. I'm talking about putting a Connex trailer and converting it to like a tiny home or something like that. But yeah, that's what and of course, like I said, since we've been up there and when Dylan was up there now, getting my daughter-in-law and my wife to stay up there past November, I wouldn't probably because I've been up there and 45 below zero. I don't. But anyway, as far as when pheasant and duck season's open, I'm there.
Well, I know two people that would drive up there for sure. One of them still got the pin on his phone.
Yeah. And I have found a couple I've reached out to. But anyway, that's when if Dylan and them ever get stationed back in the U.S. And I could always Airbnb it if I got it close to a military base if I needed to. Or for hunting.
Yeah, or for hunting.
Yeah.
That's
down the road.
You got any more? I got one. I've heard all these countries except for, and you had mentioned in our private conversations, one country that you were going to cruise around. And I'm just curious, do you and LJ have any plans to either go to New Zealand or Australia?
Yes. That is probably while Dylan is still in Guam. I think he's got about another year. We've been looking at it, and like I said, you kind of look on this stuff. My wife's great about searching when's the better time because everything's on a budget. But we found out that we probably could not afford to stay in New Zealand, or we could, but we blow our budget. And we found out that we can probably fly because you can't. It's hard to get there from here or whatever. But over in Guam, it's more easily done because Guam's just north of Australia. Probably do a cruise. You can go all the way around Australia, different spots, and then to New Zealand and come back to Sydney and fly back out. And it'd be cheaper than us staying there for 30 days in each country because it's expensive. So, but yeah, I want to see that. And I think the best way to do it is while Dylan and them are in Guam.
You flew from here to Australia with Dan the Man.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you remember how long of a flight that was?
Oh, it's long.
It was long. We
layover
through Cotton Incorporated. Dad was a farmer, and through Cotton Incorporated, he was friends with a guy who lived in San Francisco. It was a farmer up in that area. And so we flew to San Francisco and stayed 2 days with this man, Mr. Shue. I remember his last name. I don't remember his first name. And he toured us around his farm, and he grew almonds and stuff like that,
Really?
But anyway, so we stayed there, and then from there to Honolulu, and from Honolulu to Sydney. So I can't remember total airtime flying, but yeah. I mean, it was just a plane change in Honolulu, and it took me 2 days to get over the jet lag because of the time difference.
See, Guam's 8-hour flight west of Honolulu. So yeah, I could just imagine.
Yeah, it was wild. But it was an amazing trip. Flew down, and I've always said we didn't go to New Zealand, and there we were at Sydney, just right there beside it. But that wasn't ever the plan. It was expensive enough what we did. We spent 2 weeks over there.
Oh, wow.
And flew into Sydney, rented an RV, and then traveled up the coast to Cairns. And it was an amazing trip. So when we got to Melbourne, We did we rented a sailboat for 2 days and spent. There's a set of islands called the Whitsunday Islands, and so Dad knew how to sail, and so we spent the night on the sailboat, anchored out in the Whitsunday Islands, and did some stuff like that. And then we took a little puddle jumper to Ayers Rock, which is in the center. That's the big red rock. They don't even call it that anymore, and they don't. But back then they'd let you hike it to the top. Yeah. Now they won't. They won't. So we did that. Wow. And we drove on up to Cairns, so going north, you're on the southern hemisphere. So going north is more tropical. Mm-hmm. So by the time we got up to the northern part, we're in the rainforests and all that. And so we took a catamaran out to the Great Barrier Reef.
Did you go to Great Barrier Reef?
And we did some snorkeling out there. And and then took a like a rainforest tour, one of these big ATV things.
Range Rover looking
thing but it holds like 16 people or something. This
How long ago was that?
93.
Yes.
Yeah, that was my no
telling what that would cost you now.
But we stayed at RV parks, and stayed. It was an amazing trip. But yeah, there's no telling.
There's a great thing in Australia and New Zealand there's a company down there. It's just like you can get on their list and they'll post it every day that they need somebody to take an RV from this city down to this city. And if you do it, you get to do it for free. You get the use of the RV and they add a day or whatever. So I thought, well, but still I couldn't plan my trip around that.
Yeah. Well, it was amazing. It was,
oh man. Yeah, but it's on our bucket list. Yeah, sounds like that's what we want to do.
So we've been talking about everything when it comes to your travels, and Stanton asked you a question and you kind of stuck your little toe in it. Well, I could stay here for 3 months if I got the paperwork and visa and this and that and the other. So on your YouTube channel, and we're talking about some of the people, out of the 10 people that watch us, maybe 3 or 4 of them know your channel, or I don't know how many people watch us really. So we're kind of familiar what your channel is, but some of our viewers may not be. Mm-hmm. So on your channel, do you explain all this stuff? Like, hey, we had to get a visa.
Yeah. Actually, when you can't just show up and say, okay, I'm gonna hop a plane and I'm gonna show up in Ho Chi Minh City, because they'll tell you right quick, you can get back on the plane and head out. You ain't got a visa. And the good thing about it is now, it used to be only 30 days. So I'm just using Vietnam as an example. You can go online now, and they've opened it up. Instead of 30 days now, it's 90 days because they're getting so many if you go over in like Da Nang is where I wanted to go see because of the Dragon Bridge and all that. And Australians and Americans there's gigantic communities over there, just people that they're retired, and there's a lot of young people that have an American job with a higher salary that cannot live here because of the cost of rent and stuff. And all they got to have is an internet connection and a computer to do their job. They're making bank because they're staying over there in an apartment for $300 a month. But anyway, and after we found out how we done that, we actually done a video on how to apply for that visa. So it's in the Vietnam playlist. But yeah, we'll find out where we want to go. And then first thing you got to find out is what are the visa requirements. And, if you have to apply before you get there, if you can get one when you land or whatever. The good thing about Europe, everything's in the European Union. It's called the Schengen Zone. American passport, you can show up right now. You can just show up with a passport. You got 90 days. You can stay in, you can travel for like we did. We come all the way into Italy and all the way into France and all that stuff, into Spain. And each country you don't have to show. It's in a certain zone. But it's all facial technology now. They know when you come in, you're approved, and you scan your passport, and then when you come out, you got to scan out. That way they know. And then after 90 days, you got to wait 90 days before you can come back in. So we kind of know that. But certain areas like Albania, U.S. passport, you can show up and stay there for a year, and you got to be out for 1 day and then come back in.
Oh wow!
So on your YouTube channel, if you want to drive overseas, I'm sure there is a process. Do y'all explain that in the YouTube video
We
as
haven't
well?
yet. We need to, because there is a thing called an international driver permit that you get through AAA here in the United States. It's good for a year. And mine expired, and we wanted to rent a vehicle in Greece. And the woman at the rent-a-car center said, I'll rent you a vehicle, but if you have a wreck or anything, your driver's license is not going to be valid. And the cop, if you get pulled over for a ticket, if you don't have the international driving permit, he said it's up to him if he wants to say, okay, I'm going to fine you or whatever. So most of them, they'll say, if you don't have it, we're not going to rent you a vehicle to save you the hassle and all that stuff. So yeah, most anything over there, you need an international drive. It's $20, but the hassle of it was before we left, you had to go to an actual AA office that done that, AAA, and it was one in Collierville. Well, now they've closed that. The closest one is Brentwood. And I think before I leave, I'm going to have to go to Brentwood. But I did find out they're opening it up now to where you can renew it online. And I need to check in. So if we do that, that'd be some interesting information that we'd probably put on our channel.
So with the channel and everything, y'all's travels and such, have y'all thought about travel agent? Like since y'all, no, y'all becoming one.
No.
As much as y'all know now, as much as y'all have seen and stuff.
I have no desire to do that.
Okay.
But what about a advisory role or
there you go.
consultant?
I'm just thinking. So
well, that's almost what the channel is. I mean,
we kind of use that, and we get a lot of back and forth now that we've grown a little bit. That we get a whole lot more comments. Hey, what about this? Have you done this? Have you done that? We've actually we've met several YouTube people on our travels or whatever. Met one when we was in Malaysia, and he said, "Hey, I see where y'all are here. You want to meet up and have coffee?" Didn't know the guy from anywhere, but
kind of doing the same thing you guys are doing.
But he does a different take on his YouTube channel. I mean, he'll talk about whatever the day is, and he'll put out 3 or 4 videos a day. I ain't got that time. But anyway, met him, had coffee. We communicate on Instagram now because he's turned out to be, hey, y'all need to go check this out. Or we'll say, hey, when he says, I'm going over here, what did y'all see? And he said, I didn't know that, So learn a lot from, and met him in, it was in Malaysia, and learned a lot about Japan while meeting with him and talking with him. And it's pretty neat.
You got another couple that has reached out to you that does the same thing. They're in the States right now, aren't they?
They just got back from, they stayed over in Europe and whatever, Southeast. They've done, the last trip was Turkey, but they come back. They're actually from the Memphis area, South Haven, and but they live in Gulf Shores, Alabama. And she's just like, hey, I'm fixing to be back before y'all head out, because she knew we was heading out. They want to meet up and have dinner or whatever. So we've kind of agreed on a date. So it's interesting the people you meet, and then they'll give you a shout out on their channel and you shout out them.
So another question, I don't know if you've done because I'm a little behind on your videos since y'all been home. In order to drive here in the United States, you had to do something because you sold everything. You don't have a vehicle. So if you borrow a vehicle and everything. So have you done a video about that? Or?
No, we did find out that, of course, my wife is, always worried that we're going to do something. and I've always understood that if, hey, I'm back, and you say, hey, I can use your vehicle or whatever, if I have a wreck, your insurance might cover it.
Yeah.
Well, my wife's like, I don't know. I don't want to rely on that. So we called our insurance agent that we had here, and she said, you'd probably be safe to have this uninsured or I don't know what they call it, but anyway, it cost me $200 something for the time we're here. If I use your vehicle and I have a wreck, my insurance, I'm covered to, do all that stuff. But anyway, and then you talked to them when we was buying it. She said, if they've got insurance, you're probably covered. But I was like, I don't want to take that chance. And we use a travel app. Like I said, my wife, she's going to account for every penny we got. We use it's a travel app called Travel Spend or whatever. And I can have it on my phone. And if I'm out and I buy, drink or whatever, I can put it in or scan the receipt, and she does, and we can keep up with it. And that's on the monthly videos that you see we put out a video at the end of every month, what we spent for that month. And what you see on those numbers and actually is the travel spend app. And it shows you, and she puts in what we're going to spend $4,000 a month is what we're allotted. And it shows if we went over, or hey, you can spend this much a day to be, at it, or how much you're under and all that. It's a pretty good app. So it's a free app, but I think she bought there's a little more features on some stuff, and it was a lifetime thing for like $6. So she bought it.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't got to worry about it.
That's pretty amazing. So I was telling Stanton about this. Like, I think part of the envy comes from you set goals,
Mm-hmm.
and you achieve them. You know, you've said this is what we're going to do,
Right.
and a lot of times I just talk and dream, and then it goes nowhere. You know, and so like, is there like, I don't know if there's any advice that you can give people to, you know, because I mean, I was talking to Stanton right before we came in here. I was like, man, I'm watching this guy, and he's doing this thing called the Great American Loop, where this guy's sailing from the Great Lakes down the Mississippi River to the Gulf to the Atlantic and back. It's just this massive. It takes a year to do.
I have something to tell you after that.
You know, and I'm like, I would love to. You know, that would be an amazing thing to do. And then that's as far as it'll ever go with me.
I just think
you got
goals. You got to just be intentional.
I'm thinking about stuff that
write stuff down and just a bucket list stuff, you know. But every young person I've tried, all of our nephews and nieces and all that, I say, if you want to do something and not have to work till you're 65 or 70, start while when you get a job, 15 or whatever, pay yourself first. And
they probably roll their eyes.
Compound interest is a lovely thing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And just invest in yourself and just be intentional. My wife always says, she said, I knew when you started selling your guitar collection and your rifles, you were intentional.
Right.
So
yeah,
I didn't sell all my guns, but anyway, I did sell all of my guitars. But she said, I knew then you were intentional. So she said, and it was a relief just to get rid of everything. A lot of people may not know, but me and her live out of a backpack and a carry-on. That's all we have to our name.
I was going to touch on that. No, it's all right. I'm fine.
Yeah, everything we own now, other than some stuff that we've kept in a box, some, keepsakes and stuff like that are in a tote. It's not that much that we left. I'm not going to say where, but anyway. And some of my, firearms that I didn't want, some sentimental value stuff. But
what about your kudu? What'd you do with it?
I sold all of it.
Did you?
Yeah, somebody bought all, except Dylan's still got his zebra rug.
That's wild.
I wish I'd known you were selling the kudu.
Dylan's got his water buck that he made the record books on. But some guy come up, I put it on Marketplace, and he bought every bit of taxidermy I had.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he said, I don't even hunt. He said, I just collect. And he said, I put it in a cabin that they got. I was like, well, more power to you. But
yeah. He don't hunt, but if he's single, he'd be like, look, girl.
I did hate to see that kudu go. I ain't gonna lie
I'd have kept
to
it
you.
for
But
you,
anyway, I did keep that 17-point deer that I shot over there at the house. Spencer's got it in his room.
Now that you're retired, I can say that. You mean that picture where you're wearing a state fire marshal's shirt?
Yeah. Anyway.
I'm like, he didn't even cover up the badge.
Proud of that sucker. But anyway, because I'd got home off work or whatever done, and I didn't have time to change. I run down to the deer. But anyway, but yeah, we've kept some stuff. But to go back, it's just, you can do it. You can retire at 40 years old if you want to. It's just a matter of, some people call it the FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early. And I see people, but they get leveraged on that. Me and her, a lot of our stuff, like I said, is tied up in investments that I can't touch till we're 59 and a half. But the good Lord's blessed us. I ain't gonna lie. To have what we had, and the price of real estate went up, and we hit it just right when we sold our place. And that afforded us about 10 years if we stayed at, well, not 10 years, but with our budget, just pulling off that and my pension combined, uh, before I mean, I'll be 59 this December. I think I'll be 59. But I can't start drawing off that even if I had to. And we've been fortunate enough. That's going to be another video that we're going to do, that we're going to interview our financial advisor out of Jackson on stuff people can do. Because that's, like I said, when it boils down to, we're not really a travel channel. We're a retirement travel channel, but we give advice on how we done this and how you can do it and how we budget. And we're going to interview him. But it's common sense. The younger you start, pay yourself first and put in what you think you can, and then put in till it hurts. And try not to, go off the rails, but, invest in yourself first, and then you can do it. Cause 2 back surgeries, and then when they was wanting to put some more stuff on me at the fire marshal's office, I remember when George called me that day, I said, George, I think I'm done. You're not going to put that on me. I'm not going to. And he wasn't really putting it on me, but it was, more and more, the more you do, the more they expect. And I was like, I'm not going to do it. And I think I'm financially, the Lord's blessed me enough. And that's what I told him. I said, good Lord's blessed me enough. I said, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I'm putting in my retirement. And he said, are you? And I said, yeah. He said, well, congratulations. He said, that's good for you. He said, okay, we'll just start the paperwork. And I said, well, you just go ahead and get somebody else. I said, cause it's just, but if we hadn't been intentional, writing down what we wanted to do, and my wife being as frugal as she is, and she's got a financial brain on her that she should have been a financial advisor, because she knows how to do all. She keeps up with all that stuff, and
I used to watch her financial videos that she put out too. I mean,
she'd have a heart stroke if she seen my bank account. So she'd be like, well, look, you're wasting money here,
I think her
and here.
TSP that she hadn't pulled out, and I'm not trying to give away, but her TSP, aside from what our financial, she's got it in, that'd be her I think it's from first of the year to now, it's made 33%.
Yeah. Wow.
We made enough. Well, I don't want to say that. We spent $36,000 in our first year of retirement. Our investments covered all that.
Nice.
Wow.
But I think it kind of boils down to you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Right.
It's so many of us, we want now, we want stuff now, we want to do this, we want to do that.
Yeah.
And so, and we want to live that life at retirement too, but you can't, you have to
sacrifice something.
Something has to be sacrificed. And that's just the respect. I mean, you guys, you talk about LJ and her, I mean, she was meant to do some kind of financial, I mean, you guys as a couple have done the financial piece.
Yep.
Yeah.
To individuals and hosted it at the church.
Yep.
And so, I mean, this is not just something that you guys just all of a sudden are living just a normal, I'm using air quotes here, a normal life.
Right.
Because a normal life is just spending and living paycheck to paycheck nearly. But you guys have always lived that very financially disciplined life to be able to put you to do these things now. And that's, I'll never get there, man. I'll never get there.
It got to a point, right? I think you and I have talked about this somewhere at some point. LJ's like, look, we're going to do this.
We wasn't always like that. It was to the point where, like, if I had $100 in my pocket, I was going to spend it on hunting stuff or whatever. And then she'll always tell you the story. When we had to finance a lawnmower, I had to have a John Deere lawnmower. I don't know why, but it didn't have money to pay for it. It didn't have a yard big enough to use that mower on. But hey, and she said, when I looked at that, and she secretly started doing all this Dave Ramsey plan or whatever, I'm not, recommending the Dave Ramsey plan, but it's a smart thing. But anyway,
I'm not, but I am.
She kind of, started doing it without me knowing it, and all of a sudden, and she'll tell you the straw that broke the camel's back was financing a
lawnmower.
John Deere lawnmower. She said, why?
Yeah, right.
She said the thing, once we get it paid off for it, is be a piece of junk over in the, lawnmower repair shops, heap over there. And so, and that was when we was in our early, and you say it can't be done. That was when we was in our late 30s, and I may have been 40. She may have been 36, 37, and retired she retired. I'm 58. She retired right at 54.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it can be done.
It can. It can.
So that's something I want to point out. LJ's only a couple of years older than you.
Mm-hmm.
She's only 4 years older than me. Russell's a little older than that. Not much. I mean, he's still in his 50s.
Senior citizen.
He's still in his 50s, right?
Yeah.
They did this in their mid to early 50s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's.
But then again, like I said, you got to be intentional, and it's like we're staying in Paris, France, at the Ritz Carlton because we couldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
you can live on
and travel the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's pretty. It's amazing. It really is.
Another thing, a lot of people don't know, when you book a condo for the week, and we've done it for years in Panama City or Destin, Florida, you'll spend what? Easy $2,000.
Oh, at least.
It's more
I had
than
been
that
down
now.
there. I couldn't tell you because
Depends on the bedroom.
when Dylan was stationed at Fort Walton, we had a place. So, but we would do that.
Yeah. And
I stayed in countries for a month, 5 weeks actually, and never spent $2,500. But Airbnb, Booking.com, Expedia, all this, if you filtered out, we know when we stay for a month, we want a kitchen, we want a washer and dryer. Sometimes you don't get the dryer. That's fine. And Wi-Fi connection. You filtered out. You'll find out even at that same place, if you say, okay, I'm going to go to Prague, Czechoslovakia, I'm going to stay there for a week. Well, it's going to be high. They automatically, when you put in the filter for 28 days, they consider 28 days a month. If you put in there, it's over 50 to 60% discount. So there again, we explained that on the channel, what to do, and in order to do this, we stayed in some places that weren't, real comfortable, what we're used to. And it's kind of hit or miss, but, we try to stay centrally located where we can walk to any major attraction or a grocery store or hospitals close by or public transportation. Once you filter all them out, it kind of narrows it down to where you're going to stay, and then you start searching on there, and then you plug into 28 days. I've kind of found out, and my wife will agree to it too, 3 weeks is going to be about the maximum. We've tried the month, unless it's a place that, that you want to go and save money, you're going to have to stay there. But, Vietnam, you can always, if you're over the budget, you can kind of head over to Southeast Asia and you can come down below your budget. So
head on down to Southeast.
The filter section, when you filtered out what all you want, and then you put in 28 days or more, you can get considerable 50 to 60% discount. And I think about these people that say, well, we're going to do our yearly travel to Panama City, which I'm not knocking that. I love going down there too. But if you want something wild and extravagant and you got 2 weeks or whatever, the repositioning cruise video that we're just talking about, from Barcelona to we have to figure out how we're going to travel because we got to have transportation, meals, and lodging. Well, the cruise ship's got all of it. So if you fly from Barcelona to the United States, it was kind of costly for per person because you're going one way. Well, we got on that Barcelona, it's called a repositioning cruise, 14 days, and we had all that. We got on at Barcelona with the gratuities and everything. For me and her both, it was $1,400.
For both of you.
Yeah. So
what kind of the inside room?
Yeah. Now you ain't getting a balcony.
No, I know, but $1,400 for a cruise for 14 days.
Yeah, that's meals.
That's
crazy. So
that's with gratuities and everything added.
There's one that Taylor and I are really interested in, but it'll probably be a retirement thing because it's 14 days and you only get so much off work.
Who does?
I do.
Oh.
But yeah, I hear you.
That's a good thing about working for the state agent, Russell.
So it's called the Fire and Ice Tour. Or,
Okay.
but it's an Alaskan tour
Mhm.
that goes back down to Hawaii when the season's closed for Alaska. So they'll do one more loop in Alaska, and then they'll drop everybody back off like Seattle, and then they'll go down the coast and go down to Hawaii. And it's
That's
like 14.
a repositioning cruise.
Yeah, and it's reposition.
Because there's a lot of them that we can take from. They do it from like Barcelona down to Buenos Aires, south.
Yeah.
But the way we do it now, because we don't have a vehicle, that's a form of transportation.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting with the 2 back surgery. I can't stay on an airplane for as long as, we've done some awful flights, but that's a last resort now. And we found out that and there's a website, like I said, vacationstogo.com or repositioningcruises.com, and you can filter in what time of the year, wherever they're going. And they've got some 120-day cruises.
I don't know about that.
Well, that's the ultimate. It's about the journey, not the destination.
They call it the the world tour. It goes all the way around the globe in like 4 months, and it's costly, but
you're going around the world.
Really? Is it,
when you look at it compared to your budget,
right?
And basically, I think for me and her both to do that, of course, it's 4 months.
Yeah.
It's around $30,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But then,
but if you were flying,
oh yeah,
it would cost way more than $30,000.
But it hits every.
Well, and you get fed, you have lodging, and you have transportation.
But
$30,000, your budget's what? 4 or 36?
48
Yeah.
yearly. But then I got another,
8 months.
8 months to fill in. So I'd have to stay with Dylan. I'm sure
he get tired.
Like, hey, old man,
sister-in-law.
He doesn't need that much dog sitting.
But
he calls him old man. Hey, old man, it ain't time for you to go.
But I've looked at doing that one because there's one that goes from Seattle around Alaska over to Tokyo.
Okay.
It's it's not real cheap, but it's affordable for what we're wanting to do. And then I can catch a 2-hour plane ride from Tokyo down to Guam.
I'm really interested in going to Tokyo, especially like working for Toyota. They have their plant there in Tokyo.
Oh yeah,
Tokyo, excuse me. And,
but like I said, I'm a big history buff. So when we the last time we went to Osaka, I had enough hotel points that all it cost me was the plane ride over. We done the bullet train. Splurged because while you're there, you got to ride the bullet train, do 300 mile an hour. But I wanted to go see Hiroshima.
Yeah.
It was a 2-hour train ride on the bullet train and got to see all that.
It took you 2 hours traveling at 300 miles an hour?
Well, Hiroshima from Osaka is a pretty good way.
I would say so.
600 miles at least.
600 miles.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. This guy.
I don't know if it
Will you elbow
miles,
him?
but it was way over 200
going.
miles an hour. It was between 250.
That's crazy.
That's what I thought.
There's some fast trains in France and stuff that we're on too.
You ought to see them come through that train station. There's videos of them coming through the train station. They don't really slow up that much. And all you see is the nose of it and the tip of it. The end of it. It goes by that fast.
They look weird. But yeah, it was a splurge deal.
Here's the thing. That thing come off the rail. Next thing you know, you're looking at Jesus.
That's what I
don't know, Lord, when did you get on the train?
There would be no suffering.
But the Japanese have pretty good engineering. You drive it every day.
It's amazing what you see.
I love
Japan.
the Japanese engineering.
Oh, just some of the stuff they have over there is just it's on a different level.
So, you got a couple more weeks in the States.
Yeah.
What is next for the platform? What is the next subject that you and LJ are going to put out on your channel? Do you know? Or you just have a bunch of ideas?
Well, we still got some video that we shot while we were here because we went to, South Carolina. We went and visited Charleston for a couple of days. Then we come back and we went and visited her family there, and we went and visited family in Ohio. So we've got some stuff. I sent you a picture of it. I never knew until we was there, the Christmas Story, the house is there. We went and took a picture of that one. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's pretty neat how they got all that preserved. Just stuff like that. And we'll continue to do our budget videos. But yeah, the next one's probably, as far as travel, will be us heading back out. And we got probably around 3 weeks and some pretty beautiful country in Germany.
Yeah, you sent me a picture. I knew right away what it was. He's like, guess where I'm at? I'm like, that's the house in the Christmas Story. And then he sent me this.
Have a lamp in the window.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I didn't think it did.
Heck yeah.
I didn't think it did, but I got to looking at it. I was like, there it is.
Well,
They
after
still
I've
had the
seen it-
Christmas lights around the porch and everything.
After I seen it, then I blew the picture up, and the leg lamp is in the window.
It is. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
And then he was in Amish country, and he
Oh,
sent me
man.
this picture. I wish I'd have responded because I looked it up on Amazon, and it was astronomically expensive. I collect the root beer bottles. He found like
Okay.
12-pack of like just random old school root beers, and he took a picture of it and sent it to me.
Yeah.
It was like the All American Root Beer Tour or something that was on the box. Yeah.
I think they wanted like $30 for that cake.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cheaper than Amazon. Amazon wants
$3,000.
$60.
It was in that Lehman store. You can probably, they say they ship. You can probably look up Lehman's in
I'm gonna look it.
Berlin, Ohio.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up
That's
because I
interesting.
got on Amazon and they got all kind of stuff, man. There's some root beers I've never seen before on
Yeah,
Amazon.
the first thing I seen that, I was like, JP'd like that right there.
So 3 weeks
Have I
and
bored y'all enough?
no,
No,
no.
no.
Believe it or not, Russell, we've been talking 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
I could sit here all day talking about traveling
I know.
because I think you inspired Mom and Tony.
Oh, really?
They got a camper now.
Yeah.
And so like they like to travel. We went with them to Oxford. It's not very far, nothing like that. But we went to this it's like a water park / RV place.
Yeah.
And so we stayed there, and we kind of got bit by the bug. I was like, yeah, I want an RV now.
See, we had.
I know where you can buy one.
We camped
I'm
a
good.
bunch, and actually, my wife has got it in her head that when we get to where we can't do a whole lot of, and Dylan, it all depends on Dylan and them where they get stationed.
Yeah.
She's talking about doing the van life thing.
Yeah.
Find one of those vans, we can travel around, do the state parks and national parks and all that stuff. Because
They're cool.
we camped for a long time. Yeah, I'm sure Lynn and Tony swapped stories with my wife about it, but yeah, we used to enjoy all that.
But
You can get one of those fans you can sleep in and stay in, cook out of. I can see y'all doing that too.
they're nice. I've Overlanding has a thing, where you can put a tent on top of the roof of the vehicle that folds out, and you have like an awning, and they have like drawers in the back. But it transverses right into the van life because they do a whole lot of the same things.
Talking about YouTube, you go down these rabbit holes. My wife, she loves watching these crime stories, and she loves watching about people converting and living in vans and all that stuff like that. It ain't like the old Saturday night in a van down by the river. This is, I've been talking about some high-tech vans.
Yeah. Expedition Overland has some really cool vehicles. They use a lot of Toyotas.
Your LJ's not like Amanda when she's watching them crime videos, taking notes.
I don't know. She could be.
Amanda said, I forget who she said it to. They were talking about, there was a group of women, a group of men we were around, and she's talking about watching them kill, death, murder shows, where the wife kills or whatever. And she said, is it normal for the husband to wonder why the wife's taking notes? No, it's not normal.
Yeah. When that happens, you need to be like,
You need to start taking notes.
She ain't gonna kill me, man. So your YouTube channel is
Retire the number 2 and Roam, ROAM, not ROMS. Retire number 2, ROAM.
like to roam around.
Yeah. So
Who came up with that?
my
name?
wife come up with it. She took a combination of ChatGPT recommending this and her recommending that. And she just put a combination of the two together.
It's very clever.
Yeah.
And you're going to be leaving in
1st of August.
Yeah. So about 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Y'all got any more questions for Russell?
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
That's right.
Speak now, I'm finna be out of here.
That's it. No, it's been good, man. We appreciate you coming on
I
and
appreciate you having me.
fitting us into your schedule.
Yeah. No,
The fact that we're all 4 here is we kind of had to really work it out. But
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
worked.
Cut it down to the wire almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I thank the world of every one of y'all here at this table because, y'all made me feel welcome when we first got here. Dixie Hills was we'd tried the other church, but, most of our family was going there at the time. And y'all made me feel welcome. And just love everybody there.
We love you, Russell. We miss
Yes.
you and LJ when you're gone. I'm not trying to rush you out of the country, but I'm looking forward to when you come back in April.
Yeah.
Take you to Campbell.
You going to take me turkey hunting this time?
Yeah. I don't, we're going to have to go to Campbell and LBL because where I turkey hunt, Nathan's dogs run them off to the neighbors. And the neighbors kill them opening morning.
I might have a local place here.
But I actually did enjoy turkey hunting in Campbell.
Yeah. I'd heard a lot of good things about there.
So it's not a bad process to get you on there. I also am thinking about going to Colorado this year. Turkey hunt.
Get to marry him.
Yeah.
I want to kill the Merriam. Yeah, that's one of the more prettier looking turkeys, if you can call them pretty, but
to be honest, well,
white tips. And
I'm fixing to admit something on the podcast that I haven't really said to my wife. So
you wait till before Tuesday.
I was kind of noticing a little pause when he said Colorado. He's like, wait a minute.
Well, I haven't made my mind up yet, but next year I think I'm going to chase them all.
Yeah, do the slam. Yeah,
I think I'm going to try to go to Florida, Colorado.
That's the toughest one out of all of them I've heard, because you can go to like Nebraska and you can get both of the Rio and the Merriam.
I would like to do the world. Me and Mason have talked about it. He knows a guy but it's going to cost some money. You can get the ghouls and the how do you pronounce it? Oscillated.
Mm-hmm. That's down in the Yucatan.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
They got spurs.
Yeah, I know. You're not helping. I would like
what
to chase.
What else killed them twice, or that I know of?
I would like to kill the regular slam, and I'd like to do it in the season slam. Single season slam. Michael did it. Mark did it. Mason got a slam, but I don't know if it was a single. I mean, it doesn't matter. He got it
as long as he get it.
I'd like to do that, but we'll see because I got into a duck blind.
Can't have your cake and eat it too. You got to be intentional. You got to give up some things.
Well, peer pressure.
Take all of Russell's advice now.
That's money and time.
Yeah.
Peer pressure is still a thing at almost 50 years old. I'm excited about being in this duck blind. Dayton and I are going to be in it together. So, and if we got water, we're going to have a lot of fun.
Y'all have water.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all pray that we do have water.
So who's up next? Me?
You are. Yep. So what is it going to be? Is it what I think it's going to be? I hope it is.
Yeah, we may experiment with this one. I don't know how I don't know. I've got two things that they kind of are together.
Okay.
Or I'm making them together.
You want to do a part A and part B is what you're saying?
Yeah.
So let's
see if we can pull it off in one sitting.
Well, we can, but you want 2 episodes out of it, correct?
I think so. Because they're two different subjects, but it's so like I'm thinking about tiling it. Where do you draw the line or something along that lines, right? Because it's a comparison or it's, and so one of them is how we as a brotherhood hold each other accountable.
Yeah,
I like
right.
It.
So we hold each other accountable, but there's also where do you draw the line between that and shaming? Right. I mean, so there's this fine line between someone just being just shaming you for doing something wrong versus a brotherhood accountability partner, a battle buddy,
yeah, I don't like
who is just concerned, and so where is that line? What does it look like? Mm-hmm. Are there two different? Anyway, so I don't.
Yeah, I think Paul talks about that a lot in Corinthians.
Yeah.
I think there is, and we can touch a look. I'm going to dip my toe in it.
Right.
I think it comes to a hard thing, a relationship thing. I can shame you and you shame me, but it's out of picking, right?
Out of love.
It's out of love. Right. It will not even out of love. When we shame one another, that's like our love language.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not really out of shame. It's just poking.
Right.
But there is, like you said, there's a fine line when someone's like, shame on you.
Yeah.
Or, hey, man, we need to work on this.
Right. It's a hard issue,
Yeah.
is what it kind of comes down to. But, and then the other one is kind of,
I wonder if I can edit out that little laugh that I was putting in the mic.
Well, they both hit home at the same time. And so I'm just like, call it whatever. I'm using the platform to talk about something that I think we need to talk about, but it's about friendships.
What about friendships, David?
Yes, David.
So, and I know Russell's probably in the dark on this.
This finger in the ribs is just, come on, keep going.
But it's like
he's tiptoeing around it.
I am.
just both barrels. Boom.
Where do you draw the line? What is a friendship versus what is a clique?
That's interesting.
You see what I'm saying?
What is a relationship compared to a clique?
What is a friendship versus a clique? Because we've had. Anyway, we've had discussions about it for years,
and it's fresh.
I've had discussions about it for years, and it's come back up. And so, like, I want to have a good, long, deep discussion about it, and what that really looks like, what it doesn't, what's one versus the other, and is there mislabeling involved?
And
there is.
The church can be full of it.
Yeah.
Right.
I can guarantee you.
Yes, and so we want to have a healthy discussion about that.
So in our Battle Room podcast group text message, you had brought up the idea of splitting the episodes. And I said, maybe two y'all are out loud, not yet. Well, that's all fun and dandy, I'm the one that has to figure out how to do it.
Yeah, you texted that.
Yeah. I knew I thought it at least.
Yeah.
So, but I have figured out how we can do this. So whatever subjects you want to do first, when we get to a point, just have it in your outline. Hey, we're at this point, and what we'll do is we'll sign off. All right. And be like, next week will be part 2 of whatever.
Yeah. Because we will air it a week later or whatever. But
so we'll sign off. And then
I like that.
Let it do its downloading thing.
Change shirts.
No. And then we'll just start back over and say, hey, welcome back to part B, part 2.
Yeah. I think that's probably, that ought to work.
It will.
Yeah. So anyway.
Because the first one probably will go about this long. So we're going to have to carve out a pretty good.
You think?
I think so. I think both subjects are going to be over an hour. Do you not, Stanton?
I'm gonna say I'll bet. I'll be willing to wager. I'm not gonna say I'll bet, but it'll be between an hour and a half, 2 hours
per
each.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking.
Well, and that's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
That's not the end of the world.
And I don't want to cut it short. I was just thinking. I didn't know if there'd be that much time to talk about each one. I didn't know if.
Oh, I think there will be.
If one by itself would be enough.
Oh, I think it will.
Hey, in that 2 hours, can we get like a little snack break?
Well, I mean, yeah. Well,
pizza in the middle.
Yeah.
We may do that. But here's the thing: when we
popcorn.
I was thinking, there's a podcast that does the hot wings or whatever. Not us, but I'm just saying, like, you can just kind of we just do questions and talk or eat. Just turn our mic.
But we're gonna have to do an intermission in between the two. Like, get up.
Yeah.
What do you say?
He said he wants to be back for that one.
He wants to eat
wings over here.
We should have had some. Well, no, me and him's blood sugar. We can't have donuts.
No.
Okay.
But
anyway, that's
what we'll do.
I like it.
But we'll have to carve out. That'll probably have to be a Saturday when none of us have anything going on.
I mean, you usually catch me on a Saturday morning. I mean, we're normally good. Now, Saturday afternoons, I don't know.
Well, we got here at 8. It's 10:30 now.
That'd be 8 to lunch.
8 to lunch-ish.
8 to 1, 8 to
Or we could do 7. We probably we could probably get him up and here at 7, so 7 to 11.
Oh, yeah. I just wasn't doing 4:30.
Yeah. He said he was
So
picking.
look,
I was picking when I said, "Hey, David, what do you want to do?" Stanton's talking crazy.
no, I knew you were, but I thought it was hilarious. I was like, "Oh, why don't we do it 5?" Because I was like, nobody's throwing out times. I was like, I'm just gonna pick 5, and then you was like, no, and I was like, oh, is that too late? 4:30.
Yeah. Then I was like, David, what time? Stanton's talking crazy. Because I had to, I had to let the super fan know.
Yeah, I figured if I started joking, everybody get talking. So I was like, I'll start this off.
Well, it took forever for him to answer back. It was the next morning. How about 8:00? I'm like, where did he go?
All right, let's sign out of this thing.
Well, I'm going to pray first, and then we'll sign out. We don't take our hats off, Russell, because of the headphones and everything.
That's fine. They don't want to see my messy hair.
One of us.
One of us would have perfect hair.
It's always good.
Perfect. Yeah, always pretty hair.
Come on.
All right, ready? Let's pray. I'm gonna ask for forgiveness about the hair comment.
Thank you.
Dear gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we just praise you and thank you for being able to have the opportunity to come and sit and talk about things with Russell, Father. Father, we just want to thank you for Russell and LJ and Dylan and Sheena, Father, what their family means to us. Father, we want to pray a hand of protection over them. Keep them safe as they travel and enjoy the blessings that you've given them in life, Father. And I just pray that you keep them safe and bring them back to us so we can look at turkeys, Father, together and just enjoy each other's company and fellowship and praise and worship you when they're home, Father. So, Father, again, I just pray that you keep your hand of protection over them. Father, if there's anything going on in their health now or in their hearts and minds, I just pray that you supernaturally intervene in that, Father, and just be with them. Thank you for David and Stanton. Even though we give each other a hard time, Father, we love one another, and it's just a brotherhood that we are very thankful for. And we just ask these things in your Son's name. Amen.
Amen.
How are we going to do this?
Huh?
Rock Cassock.
Be strong and be courageous.
Peace out.
We don't know what we're engaged with. Did you know that you have the armory of heaven? That you have everything you need for life and godliness to push the enemy forces back? And so when you hear the sock, your knuckles spiritually should immediately turn white. And you should find yourself gritting your spiritual teeth with a belligerence against the enemy. He goes down. There are souls that must be saved.